Bar and Grill and live on Seattle Sports. The Cubs also forced a Game 5 against the Brewers, while the Phillies lost in extras to the Dodgers last night.
Snapshot, brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time. From the Quantum Fiber Studio,
this is Bump and Stacy
on Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app and at seattlesports.com.
Now, here are your hosts, Michael Bumpus and Stacy Ross.
Here we go now.
Are you ready for a pivotal Game 5 ALDS here in Seattle? 5:08 p.m. First pitch, Mariners, Tigers, winner take all, and head to Toronto to take on the Blue Jays in the ALCS. Bump. Can the Mariners get this done? Do you believe?
I do believe.
Oh, okay, that's nice. That must be nice.
I do believe. I think that Jorge Kirby is going to take the mound.
Oh.
See what I did there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
there's a Polanco, so it messed me up.
Yeah.
But I got it.
Okay. He's going to take the mound. He's going to look Carpenter in his eyes and throw that gas. Carpenter's going to flinch. He's going to, oh, my God, this is a big moment. How am I here? And Julio's going to have his moments.
I love that.
He needs a moment or two this game. It's been a while since we've seen the explosive Julio Rodriguez, who the bullpen's going to come through. I don't know who we're going to see. Maybe Castillo. Who knows? Dan's going to make great decisions. The crowd is going to be loud. They're going to be supportive. Drinks are going to be flowing. And by the time I land in San Francisco, we're going to have a 3-run lead. And I'm going to be able to walk to my local watering hole and have a celebratory drink.
Let's lean into this right now, this optimism you feel, and frankly that Curtis do, because I'd be lying. I would be lying to your guys' faces if I started this show by saying, I'm so excited, let's do this, we believe. Because if I could just read like 2 or 3 of my texts when I was texting you guys in our group chat on Thursday.
2 or 3, it was like 20 or 30.
One of them might have said, quote, I want to die. So again, we don't need to revisit history. You know what I mean? That's ancient history now. That was from Wednesday. I don't even remember what I was doing on Wednesday. Definitely not texting you guys, a thread of really depressing thoughts. But I want to lean into that optimism you feel, because I'm going to be so for real with you guys. I chose not to watch this game at the park because I'm going to be a nervous wreck. I'm going to be pacing. And this is why it's different, man. Like, I was a Seahawks reporter, so I just watched those games by no means from the point of view as a fan. Like, you're critical. You've just seen the sport differently. It is what it is. It's like a very clinical coverage of a team. When it comes to the Mariners, there's this weird kind of like anxiety I feel, and then like a depression that I feel that is like, well, this is why I'm not a beat reporter. This is why I'm watching this team from afar, because growing up here changes you. And I'm so nervous, and I don't know how to not feel that way. How are you guys not feeling nervous right now?
I'm nervous.
Well,
but
I should rephrase. How are you feeling optimistic right now?
Because I've seen them do it, and I think they're capable. And I understand the past. It haunts you, right? And you're supposed to be nervous. If you weren't nervous, this means nothing to you. You don't care. Right? So I tell my kids, he was like, oh, Dad, I'm nervous. I go, this means you care. Don't worry about it. Nervous is normal. This is a big game. It's a big moment. And I just think that they're due for another great performance. I think what we saw from the Tigers last game, they're not going to get hot like that again. I just believe that they're not going to be able to get hot like that again. What makes me nervous is Skubal, obviously. You got to beat them 4 times, which is hard to do. But I lean more towards, I don't think Detroit can duplicate that performance that they had in their last game.
Okay, Curtis, what about you? This makes me feel a little bit better. The text line is texting in like, just believe.
It's that easy, Stacy.
I'm saying this because I know I'm not the only person. I know that I'm not the only person that's heading into today going, okay, it was fun. You just like, some of us are just downers, man, and I'm one of those people. I try not to be, but I know that I'm not the only one that needs to hear this, Curtis.
I think the thing that's got me feeling most optimistic about this game is that this season has not followed the script of your typical Mariners season. I mean, so much has gone the Mariners' way this year where it does kind of feel like, maybe they are starting to kind of shake the cobwebs of Mariners history off them. And I mean, look, that's not to say I'm guaranteeing a victory or anything like that, but I mean, you've beaten Skubal 3 times already this season. You've had a magical season from Cal Raleigh. You've had just first division title in 24 years. Like, this ball club is built differently. It feels different than any other Mariners team. They've got an attitude to them that I think
I do love an attitude.
Yeah, I think that previous Mariners teams have not really had sort of a nastiness to them the way that, like Josh Naylor brings to this clubhouse. So I don't know. That's just what's kind of keeping me going here on this Friday, as we're 7 hours away from first pitch. It's going to get here quick. But yeah, that to me is why I'm feeling optimistic. I don't want to let myself feel negative heading into this one.
Okay.
I get that, that helps you maybe feel a little bit more surprised, a little more like, oh, things are a lot better. But yeah, I think you're here for a reason. You don't get to a Game 5 without being a good team. And this Mariners team's really good in terms of what I've seen over my Mariner fandom.
What's really weird is the Yankees losing in 4 and then the Phillies losing in heartbreaking fashion yesterday have weirdly made me feel more reassured for this reason. I spent a lot of time on Wednesday after that loss thinking, here are the decisions that cost you, and then being angry about it. And then I realized when you get into these close postseason games between very good teams with very good players on either side, sometimes bad, annoying things just happen. Like, you think the Phillies aren't reeling? All of Philadelphia this morning is reeling following that game, and they were a World Series favorite. That most people I know expected the Phillies to win it all, regardless of who was coming out of the American League. And look at how their season ended. I mean, you look at the Yankees, a team that I was like, God, if the Mariners are fortunate enough to get to the ALCS, I'd so much rather see them face Toronto than the Yankees. Toronto out-homered the Yankees, who led the league in home runs in the regular season. I mean, they absolutely dominated them. And I would say pretty much in all 4 until the Yankees came from behind. But at one point, that win by the Yankees was a 6-1 Toronto lead. So that did make me feel a little bit better with, sometimes weird things happen. And if I let myself think that some of these games in series were won or lost by just chance and luck, it makes me feel better than feeling like it's not hinging so much on a manager with little experience compared to a manager with so much. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That, sometimes it's just a team wins because they did, and it's not more complicated than that.
You can't.
And that team could be the Mariners.
Yeah, it can be the Mariners. Every game is different. Every situation is different. Decisions are made. Players fail. They succeed. I think your only role as a fan is just to push the positive vibes that way. Like, if you're at the game today, you be in it like you were game 1. Game 1 was beautiful. People were hyped. They're standing up. It's loud. They feel your energy. That's how you support this team. Even if you are nervous, man, let it out like that by hollering and screaming and all that good stuff, and try not to connect one game to the next, because every game is different. Every game has its own identity.
Again. It's happening again.
every game has its own identity. I believe in Jorge. I believe in Julio. I believe in Cal. You look at the lineup and come on, when's the last time you looked at a Mariners lineup and been like,
no, I can't.
Yeah, we good.
I can't remember.
We good. 1 through 9, we good.
Closest was not 1 through 9, but in 2015, you were like, yeah, we can
Cano,
roll with
Cruz, and Seager.
We can roll with
You
this.
can see this, yeah.
Yeah, but no, this is that I can remember the deepest lineup, or certainly you just look at it and you go that's a team right there.
Mm-hmm.
Bump needs to sing Mr. Rager, says the 253. Another 253 says, Stacy, I'm nervous too. At the gym working out right now.
There you go, run it off, sweat it out. Yeah.
Get it out.
Someone said, today's a gift to the home team. Now, I am appreciative of this team being able to get this done at T-Mobile. And I will say, to your point about not believing that the Tigers' bats will heat up like that again, if ever there was going to be a place for a low-scoring playoff game, it was going to be here at T-Mobile.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's going to be a battle, man. And that's I know it's not a comfortable place to be because we have absolutely no influence on this game other than just cheering this team on. But you got to, and I think I'm speaking as if I'm a player, you have to embrace this. This is a battle. You put yourself in this position, and you got to grind this thing out, man. You have to just be laser sharp with your focus. And we've seen this team do that, right? We've seen them be laser sharp. We've seen the guys perform on the mound. You've already beat Skubal a handful of times. I understand it's going to be hard to do it a 4th time, but why not? Why not do it? And I think that this could be and will be a big defining moment for this group and this organization. If they can get this one done, there's no reason why they can't make a run at this thing.
Carter from Tacoma, I just unclenched my jaw, not realizing I was grinding it. 425, can we get a luck of the Irish from Bump? No. 425, duh, Yankees lose. You're right, that does make me feel better. 253, I'm concerned about Dan over managing with analytics. I don't think actually Dan leans a ton into analytics. I think that's part of the critique from game one is going, hey, Kirby has not only struggled against Carpenter, but like in his third time through, he's really struggled. Like the analytics were screaming at you to put Inspire and he didn't. Like I think that's been the critique of Dan.
Analytics are saying, why the heck is Kirby starting today?
Yeah, Dan is definitely like a gut guy.
Yeah, he's going with his gut.
Which some people really like it.
And I want to see how he handles this. You know, how he handles the the arms. Is Kirby on a quick leash? You know, I want to see the activity in the bullpen, the situations. This is where he has to shine, honestly. And shining doesn't mean overcomplicating things, man. It's and any decision he makes is going to be met with scrutiny. That's just how it is. There are going to be some people who are with his decision and against it. He just has to go with what he knows and what he feels and what he sees, and help these boys out, man. This is going to be – I'm making myself more nervous right now just talking about it.
Someone said, please project a winning mindset. Why is Stacy carrying the narrative? Hard to listen to scared, pathetic vibes. First of all, you're pathetic. Secondly, because I'd be lying to you. Do you not want me to be honest with you?
Feel your feel.
That's what I'm saying. Do you want me to go on air and lie to your face, or do you want me to be authentic and say, God, I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous, Bump. Tell me how you're confident. What are you feeling? What are you seeing? I need to be like this. Because that's how lots of other people feel. Because I've got 50 million texts in my phone from my fantasy football thread, from all of my friends from around here. I have many. who are
friends of which I have many.
Friends of which I have many, who are all saying the same thing. Because that's just how some people feel, man. And what I'm hoping to do in the first 13 minutes here, in which I actually feel a little bit better about, is turn to Bump and Curtis, who feel much more confident than I do, and go, hey, what are you guys seeing? Give me and anyone else like me listening who feels pretty nervous something to kind of hang on to here, because maybe they need it this morning. So thank you, Bump and Curtis. And 206, chill.
They're the better team, man. They're the better team. You might have the Cy Young guy on the mound. I understand that, but he's shown he can get got. And Polanco got him twice. You know, you beat him 3 times. You just have to lean on what you've seen against Skubal. I understand who he is. You got to respect that man. He has some filth when he's on the mound, but this is a talented roster. It's more of the mental. I think that they have to take several steps mentally this game, right? To be locked in, to not chase pitches, to drive the ball where it's supposed to go, to be fundamentally sound defensively. And I've seen them do it. So that's why I believe.
A couple quotes from last night's Brewers-Cubs game that kind of sticking with me heading into this game 5. Craig Counsell, Cubs manager, Cubs obviously picking up the big win last night to force a game 5, said the crowd was incredible tonight. Talking about the Wrigley Field crowd. I've never seen a baseball game like that. That was just amazing what they did tonight. And then Pat Murphy, Brewers manager, was asked the same thing about the crowd at Wrigley Field. Said, I mean, it affected the game. The crowd affected the game the last 2 games. It affected the way we played for sure. So if you're going to the game and you're kind of thinking, like, I don't know, what I can do as just a single Mariners fan, you can absolutely have an impact on this game. Be loud and, like, get on Tarik Skubal.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things, it hasn't happened in Seattle, but one of my favorite things in the postseason is when the fans start chanting the opposing pitcher's name, like when he gets into, when he starts.
They started going,
Cueto,
yeah.
Cueto. It was the Pirates Reds, Johnny Cueto, balked because the fans were chanting his name, and then the very next pitch allowed a home run. If Tarik Skubal lets a runner or two get on base, I want to hear Skubal. Like, get in his head.
Who
you
are
can
our
do
heroes
this.
out there that are going to start that chant? Who's listening? Who's going to be a hero out there that's going to start it?
Please, somebody.
Get in their head.
Yeah.
And start do really sarcastic applauding. You know what I mean? They catch a fly ball, just let's go. Yeah, and I agree with that. I can agree with trolling. I can agree with trying to get in their head. And I can absolutely agree with at no point let them take the crowd out of it. Like at no point should you let what will undoubtedly be a sold-out T-Mobile be taken out of this game.
You're the extra man. Yeah, I like the trolling, man. Be the biggest trolls you've ever been in your life today. Because I've played on the road, and you feel that. There's some players who hear the trolls and the chants, and it does something. It affects them negatively. Me, I was the type of person I loved it. But collectively as a team, there's going to be somebody out of the how many guys on the roster? 26?
26.
Out of the 26 guys on that roster, there's going to be somebody out there shook. Somebody going to feel something, and it's going to spread throughout the dugout, and the Mariners fans are going to be victorious. You guys bring these dudes home. Come on.
I feel better.
Yeah, I'm glad.
They're going to win. And I said, you guys didn't believe me when I
Say
said
it with
that.
your chest.
They're going to win. They're going to win. No, they're going to win. They're going to do this. See, this is the problem. I don't got that dog in me. Like, I really don't. I am not that person. I was a swimmer. That was the most athletic I could possibly make myself. Like, I need to train myself to have the mentality that these Mariners players certainly did coming out of that Game 4 loss, because every single post-game quote you were seeing, whether it was Adam Jude, Daniel Kramer, Shannon in the clubhouse, everyone being like, yeah, these guys are, like, jacked for Game 5. Like, no one in this clubhouse is like, we lost it. The Detroit crowd was booing the Tigers.
Yeah,
when the Mariners went
they were
up
all the way out on
3-0, the
them.
Detroit crowd was booing the Tigers. That team was out of it for a minute there. Maybe that's why I felt so disappointed and angry after Wednesday, because I thought, like, oh my God, it's happening. But man, they are the better team.
They are.
Seattle, that is. Can they
They
get
are.
it done tonight?
Come
We're
on.
going to be basically an entire preview. And we're not getting away from the Seahawks, mind you. Not only do we have Jags coming up at 1:30, but we're going to talk about some of our keys to the game. We've got Bold Take Friday coming up at 10:45. You can go Mariners or Seahawks for that one, and you can send it in whenever, 866-979-3776. We're going to continue our preview of tonight's game at 11 with the Tigers beat reporter. But again, back to the Seahawks a little bit coming up at 11:45. Certainly at 12:30 with NFL headlines. So if you're waiting here for a big Week 6, you will not have to wait long. Don't worry. Right now, let's get to headline rewrites.
Extra, extra, read all about it.
Headline rewrites.
We must make headlines.
The real story behind the headlines in today's news with Bump and Stacy.
Headline number 1, the Seahawks head to Jacksonville to take on the 4-1 Jags on Sunday. What's the real headline?
Let's hope it's the first of 2 big Seattle games we're going to be watching on Sunday. As you guys know, ALCS would begin Sunday as well.
Yeah, buddy, let's get it. Seahawks going to Jacksonville. They're a good football team. The more film I watch on these guys, the more I'm not too impressed with their offense. They do have a good run game. ETN is doing his thing there, but Brian Thomas is a good receiver. Travis Hunter still has a lot to learn about the receiver position, but obviously he's an athlete. You toss it up to him, he'll make some plays. But they don't scare me offensively. Defensively, they're a bit better. 10 interceptions, first in the league. 38 pass defended, first in the league. Devin Lloyd is having himself a career year, the linebacker out of Utah. Defensively, I'm a bit more concerned than offensively, but I still think this offense can handle whatever goes their way. Now it's just about guys being where they're supposed to be and executing. I think the Hawks should win this ball game, but obviously you can't sleep on anybody.
Headline rewrites.
Headline number 2, the Eagles lost on Thursday Night Football, and the Phillies were eliminated by the Dodgers on one of the worst throwing errors ever by reliever Ryan Kerkering. What's the real headline?
I'm sure a fan base like Philadelphia's is taking this all in stride Friday morning.
They're just like, we'll get him back.
Yeah, I'm sure they
We got
feel
another
great.
opportunity.
Here's what that sounded like, by the way. Oh, God, I missed the final call here. Here we go.
Kerkering delivers. Swinging a ground ball back to the pitcher. He knocks it down. Picks it up. He throws home. And a run scores. He threw it away. He threw it right by everybody. Kim scores. And the Dodgers win it in 11. And they are on to the NLCS.
I don't think I've seen anything like that
No, I
in
don't think I
that
have either.
moment.
I just had major flashbacks. They're playing that song, "You Love LA," growing up.
Yeah.
Every time an LA team won, we used to play that song, or they play at the stadium. But yeah, man, I feel for the Phillies reliever. I do and I don't. I feel for him as a human, as a Dodger fan. I appreciate you, brother. But yeah, you don't want to see games come down to that for the ops. It's unfortunate, but on to the next.
I was listening to, they were talking about this on Pardon My Take, where the producer's from Philly, and he was like, it was so bad that there's a portion of Philly fans that almost are like trying not to be mad at him because they know how many people are upset with him. Like when it's so bad that you genuinely feel bad for the person who did it. You aren't even mad anymore. You feel like worried for him because you're just thinking like the stress and guilt that person must be feeling must be so overwhelming. That's where I am with it. I genuinely feel bad for him.
They might have to trade him, release him.
No.
They're going to be all on him. That's all you're going to see now. That's all you're going to see when you look at him. Poor guy.
That was, it was almost quiet. Like you're just looking at it. How many people in that moment just hands over their mouths were staring at it going, there's no, it takes you a minute to realize what just happened.
Headline rewrites.
Headline number 3, Tigers manager A.J. Hinch told the media on Thursday he had no problem with Josh Naylor stealing signs during Game 4. What's the real headline?
It's just not the way I would have done it, said the former Astros skipper.
He goes, yeah, I get it.
Gotta be a little more elaborate.
Yeah, you gotta be, frankly, said A.J. Hinch, I'd be a little more creative with it. You know what I mean? It's 2025. You got to use technology and garbage cans.
At some point, I think Naylor was just messing with him too.
Yes, I do too. It's amazing.
Then he started doing random signs.
Like
he
an air
was
traffic
tossing
controller.
one up. Like he was doing a lot, but I liked it though. Gamesmanship. I'm all for gamesmanship.
It worked.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Whatever you can do to get into the opponent's head legally.
Have you ever done anything to get into an opponent's head?
Nah. I mean,
Probably
as a
a bit different
receiver,
as a receiver.
you can't really do much.
What'd someone try to do to get into your head, and did it work?
Just talk trash. You know, SC fans were brutal to me because I decommitted from SC and went to Wazoo. So they looked up my mom's name, my grandma's name, my cousins. Yeah, they were.
I'd simply have to fight them.
They're trying to get at me. You can't fight 80,000.
Yeah, that doesn't happen in swim. It's a little. It's a little. Doesn't not really trash talking happening there. Although one time when we were on a bus after a match, or maybe it was before a meet, I'm not sure, a girl from an opposing team, because we had to share the bus, she got on and she took a magazine out of one of our players' laps and just walked to, like she just took it from her and kept walking. And I was like, you know what? That's pretty intimidating.
And the girl didn't go get the magazine?
Nope.
Dang.
I know. So we cut her. No, I'm just kidding.
Dang.
Absolutely not. But that was one of the first times I ever saw, like, wow, like that girl just really, she basically stepped over you.
You guys just looked at each other like,
it took me a minute to realize it happened. I wasn't sitting next to her. I was across from her, and I just like looked at her, and then I looked at the girl walking back, and I was like, dang, were you going to go get your stuff? Like, what are you going to do? I don't know, man. All right, we want to send one of you and 3 friends to watch the Seattle Seahawks game on Monday, October 20th against the Texans. All you need to do is open the Seattle Sports app and click the Win tab to find out how. If you don't already have it, just text the word app, APP, to 866-979-3776. We will send you a link to download. Again, it's 866-979-3776. Enter daily to increase your chances to win. That contest runs through Monday, October 13th. That text line is obviously our regular text line, so get those bold takes sent in for Bold Take Friday. You got about 20 minutes to do that. Coming up next, why starting pitching has not been the Mariners' issue this series.
It all comes down to one win-or-go-home showdown at T-Mobile Park tonight.
This team is fired up. The fans here at T-Mobile Park are fired up.
Everything's in front of us, and they do fight back, and they do bounce back.
Done it all year. I don't see why anything's going to change.
Got a lot of resiliency in this club.
We believe in each other, and we're ready to fight.
It's Trident's up.
There it is. Strike three call. He did it.
First pitch at 5:08, and there's only one place you can hear the American League West champion Mariners in the playoffs, Seattle Sports.
Now is your time to get into a new D.R. Horton home by taking advantage of its National Red Tag Sales event going on right now through October 19th. Stop by any of its participating communities and find select Red Tag homes at incredible pricing. So whether you're buying your first home or looking for an upgrade, you don't want to miss the Red Tag Sales event going on right now. Discover the D.R. Horton difference at drhorton.com. D.R. Horton, America's builder, an equal housing opportunity builder.
It's beautiful outside. I'm trying to take advantage of this weather and get out on the motorcycle as often as I can while the weather is here. And I've heard from a lot of you the same exact thing. I've also heard from you guys about injuries you've sustained in a motorcycle accident. And if you're somebody that's been injured in a motorcycle crash, call 1-800-LAW-TIGERS. Look, every rider has a story, and for some, it takes an unexpected turn. But you don't have to face it alone. With the Law Tigers, they make sure you get what you deserve when you need it. And in Washington, every every motorcycle ride writes its own chapter, from the coastal twists of Highway 101 to the rugged beauty of Stevens Pass. And when the unexpected happens, Law Tigers are ready to ride with you. So again, if you've been hurt in a motorcycle crash, call 1-800-LAW Tigers. They are not just attorneys. They are actual riders who know the road and the risks. Whether you're carving through the Cascade Loop or exploring the scenic routes of Mount St. Helens, Law Tigers are the motorcycle lawyers of Washington. Call 1-800-LAW-TIGERS or visit lawtigers.com. The Law Tigers, Washington's motorcycle lawyers. Cook Law Office, PLLC, 539 Broadway, Unit 104, Tacoma, Washington, 98402.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile with a message for everyone paying big wireless way too much. Please, for the love of everything good in this world, stop. With Mint, you can get premium wireless for just $15 a month. Of course, if you enjoy overpaying, no judgments, but that's weird. Okay, one judgment.
Visit mintmobile.com/radio. Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Heading outdoors or on the water this weekend? Check in with Joey and Nelly on the Outdoor Line from 6 to 8 a.m. every Saturday on Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app.
Hey Mariner fans, Rick Riz here. Steel deals are happening now, from instant savings on select power tools to free battery offers on some of Steel's most popular battery sets. You can enjoy great deals and do it all with Steel. Save now on zero-turn mowers, blowers, chainsaws, battery packs, and more. Steel is the preferred handheld outdoor power equipment provider of the Seattle Mariners. For more details, visit your local Steel dealer or click steelusa.com. Steel, trusted by the pros.
Start having fun. Caesar Sportsbook at Muckleshoot Casino Resort is your #1 place to eat, drink, watch, and have fun. Keep up with your favorite sports anywhere and everywhere on property with the mobile app. Visit muckleshootcasino.com today. Scan the QR code and let the play begin.
Muckleshoot. Well, I'm here with my good buddy, Dr. Dan Nelson from Eastside Pain and Regenerative Medicine. And you've heard from Dr. Dan's patients over the years how a simple stem cell procedure has successfully conquered their pain. Well, folks, now it's my turn. After years of dealing with knee pain from all the football abuse, I can say my knee pain now is almost 100% gone. How'd you do it, Dr. Dan?
Well, Brock, personally, I'm very happy that you did so well. And your story is like so many of our other patients who come in, former athletes and non-athletes as well, who have come in with chronic knee pain, and they are looking for alternatives besides knee replacement surgery. And we're happy to provide this service. It's been truly a game changer for so many folks. It's just been a pleasure to be part of this.
Consider Dr. Nelson, the only doctor with over 30 years of experience in pain medicine techniques, including stem cell therapy. I was in and out with a couple of follow-ups. It's a non-surgical solution to pain using your own stem cells. Consider stem cell therapy with Dr. Daniel Nelson, MD at 425-823-4000 or visit danielnelsonmd.com. That's danielnelsonmd.com.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, you're listening to Bumpin' Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
We had with our last headline rewrite, AJ Hinch, a fake AJ Hinch quote about not what I would have done, about how Josh Naylor was stealing signs, hinting at like using garbage cans instead. Texter from the 206 says, not enough props from AJ Hinch. That's funny. I should have included that. Okay. I wanted to talk about pitching. One of the most common questions, Bump, that both you and I have seen on the text line, not just leading into game one and leaving game one, but certainly leading into the announcement of whether or not it would be Kirby or Castillo tonight, is whether in hindsight, going back to that first game of the series, it was a mistake not to start Logan Gilbert. Why? Because heading into game 5 today, you would have had Logan on the mound. So I wanted to do an entire segment of just us reassessing that decision and then re-examining the starting pitchers for this series so far. And I'm going to spoil it a little bit by saying how I already feel. Whether or not I completely agree with the decision to start Kirby and then go with Castillo in 1 and 2, which the road home splits did technically support that. It did end up working out because starting pitching to me has not been a factor in why you've lost either of those 2 games.
No, it hasn't. I mean, even the guy that I was most concerned about, Miller, you know what I'm saying? He had a decent showing.
Yeah.
Did exactly what he was supposed to do. I also like Walter being on the mound on the road, too. I think that was part of the decision-making. You could have gone you could have started Logan that first game, but I think it was important to have somebody solid and who you can depend on the road. And we know that George Kirby's numbers are not the greatest on the road. Let me put us where we at? ERA on the road, 5.16 at home, 3.38.
That's a big split.
The batting average is a bit higher on the road. So I think that factored into the decision-making as well. And you felt like maybe you could have won on the road. You know, you could have wrapped this thing up. So I think that went to the decision-making, too, is Dan Wilson is thinking this seems good enough to where, okay, we're going to win this series on the road. And if we come back home, we're going to give it back to the guy who plays his best ball at home. I could have seen it going either way, though. Me personally, I would have loved to have Logan on the mound, game 1, kind of set the tone. But I could see where he was going with this. But you're right, man. Starting pitching has not been the issue.
No, also, like, here's the deal. If you're saying, man, I would have loved to have Logan for game 5, well, that also would have assumed that you got to a game 5. Who's to say you wouldn't start, let's say, Castillo or Kirby on the road, lose that game, and suddenly you lose to the Tigers in 4? I don't know. I don't know how this would have panned out, but I think it's a fool's errand to try to project that you'd be in exactly this scenario had your pitching been different. I think that your starting pitching has been great. The issue in game 1 was, it was just a low-scoring game against a team that prior to entering into the final week of the season was the 2 seed. But also, you probably should have pulled Kirby. You should have pulled Kirby and put Inspire. It is what it is. There are some people who disagree and thinks like, okay, it's an execution thing. Okay, need I remind you that batters 4 through 9 went, or everyone not named Cal and Julio went 0 for 28. We could also say that was a bit more impactful than Kirby giving up a 2-run home run. 2 runs? You couldn't overcome 2 runs? You were one of the best offenses heading into the postseason. Outside of the Yankees, you were the next team that had the most home runs. And you don't get to use T-Mobile as a reason that you aren't getting those when you play half your games there. You should have had more offense in game 1. Maybe it was rust. Maybe it was whatever. That was not a Kirby started so you lost this game situation. I refuse to believe that. So would I love to have Brian Wu right now? Yeah. But I don't think that at any point in this series could you look at the starter taking the mound and say he lost you this game. I think Seattle's pitching, Seattle's starters have been excellent and have done their jobs.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think it's more getting more bats going at the same time. You know, it's either, okay, Cal and Julio are hot and everyone else is just all right. Okay, everyone getting contributions elsewhere, then Julio is off a little bit. So it's about now it's just putting together the complete game today. Like, there has to be a complete game. And what does that look like? Like I said before, every game is different. 3-1s could win it for you today. Who knows? Maybe you need 5, maybe you need 6. It's whatever is required of you, you got to be able to step up and do that. But no, I'm looking more at the order and asking these guys, all right, let's get on base, let's drive in some runs, hit some bombs, like let's put together a complete game.
Someone said, I think Dan possibly was thinking about the next series also, because obviously you'd get Logan to start game 1 ALCS or Brian if he's healthy. But that would be a massive mistake at any point as a manager to be looking ahead to the next series before you win that playoff series. I don't think that was it, though. I think it was home road splits. Yeah. I think that was a pretty big factor. Dan Wilson talking about the thought process of starting Kirby today over Castillo.
Yeah, I mean, I think, certainly, I think in terms of the rest, Georgia a little bit more. They both threw very, very well against Detroit. George certainly threw the ball extremely well. Was kind of by design, and this is kind of the way we had hoped it would work out. And so this is the way it went.
That's the way it went. George Kirby asked about his start ahead of tonight.
Yeah, I mean, you can always, switch up game plan, whatnot, but I think it really just comes down to having some conviction in your pitches and, executing. More times than not, when me or anyone else executes, you get the guy out. So it's just staying locked in on every pitch, being committed, having some conviction on every pitch, and, kind of just leave it all out there. And then if you do that, it's easier to, not have any regrets or kind of go back and think about what you should have done. But yeah, just go out there and be convicted.
Always interesting to hear the mindset of an athlete. And I'm sure you agree with Kirby's approach here. You can't really regret anything if you played your game and did everything you possibly could. You can only regret it when you go, why'd I get too cute there? Like, why'd I go away from who I am and what I'm good at?
You have to be who you've been all year. Like the not the bad you, the good version of you, right? The guy who's confident, the guy who's hitting his spots in the batter's box, the guy who has the calm demeanor. Like whoever you've been all year, that's who you have to be when you're playing at your peak, when you're performing at the highest level. And that's a beautiful thing, man, when athletes can tap into it. Now, the greats tap into it all the time. They know how to fix their mind to get to that place. And whatever that is, like with baseball players, they're so routine-oriented. They're very superstitious. Whatever your preparation is like, just rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. I was listening to, I think it was Kiki Hernandez was on a podcast maybe a couple weeks ago, and they're asking him, like, how come you get into October and something happens to you, go into a different mode? And he says, one day I was talking to my wife and I was just gassing myself up. I was telling her, man, I'm going yard. These boys can't handle me. And he's like, that's not really in my personality. It was last year when they're in the playoff run, or a couple years ago. Anyway, he hits 3 bombs in that game. And he said, from there on, that's how I talk to myself. That's how I talk to my wife. That's how I talk to my friends, even though that's not really who I am, but it allowed me to tap into something. Whatever you have to do to tap into something, talk to yourself. I tell my kids and my athletes all the time, positive talk to yourself. You talk to yourself. You hype yourself up. You tell yourself you're the greatest. The Mariners need to walk around like they are the big dogs in the yard. And I think if they can do that, if they can tap into something special and get her done, just be who you've been. Y'all need me to come into the clubhouse and motivate y'all?
Kind of.
Let's go get it.
I mean, I don't know if the players need that, but I think we need that. I do. I know not every listener does. There are some listeners that are like, let's get this bread. Let's go. And then there are other listeners that are a little more like me, where you're like, we need Coach Bump right now to be like, let's get it.
Let's get it.
Let's
Come
go.
on.
All right. We are let's have some fun here. Let's lighten things up, okay? Let's take a collective breath ahead of this Friday game. And get ready for Bold Take Friday. 866-979-3776. You can go Seahawks or Mariners here. It doesn't matter. 866-979-3776. Then we're jumping back into a Tigers Mariners preview coming up at 11.
Today, it all comes down to one win-or-go-home showdown at T-Mobile Park.
Listen to the roar of the crowd again. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out.
I would say we believe in each other and we're ready to fight.
It's a win-or-go-home Game 5 against the Tigers at T-Mobile this afternoon. First pitch at 5:08. And there's only one place you can hear the American League West champion Mariners in the playoffs, on Seattle Sports, on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
Things are getting spooky around here. Bump here and fall is my favorite time of the year, obviously for football, baseball playoffs, fall golfs, the leaves turning, and seeing everybody dressed up in their funny costumes. What's not to love? This year, I want to start a new tradition. Make an easy drive of I-5 North to Silver Reef Casino Resort. They have everything you need. Deluxe rooms where you can actually spread out and feel relaxed and comfortable, and head downstairs and watch the games on their big screens at the sportsbook while grabbing a bite to eat. Then I'm going to head out to Loomis Trails Golf Course. Man, they have rates that you can't beat for a course that nice. There's waters, there's trees, there's a few holes that loop back into the woods. You feel like you're the only group out there for a little bit. While I'm golfing, the missus can check out the spa, and then we'll meet back up for a delicious dinner at either the steakhouse or the cantina. It sounds like an awesome trip. You should do it. It's off I-5 exit 260, silverreefcasino.com.
Ryan Roland Smith here. For more than 35 years, the NBA Health Insurance Trust has been helping local builders, contractors, and their employees save money and gain peace of mind. They offer customized group health plans from the state's leading insurance providers. Small and mid-sized businesses deserve big healthcare access. The NBA Health Trust brings you the coverage you want at a price you can trust. Find out more at mbahealthtrust.com. That's mbahealthtrust.com.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 1-877-CARS for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Bonneville International radio station contests are open to participants 18 years of age or older that are residents of Washington State unless otherwise specified. Employees or agents of the station, Bonneville International Corporation, other area radio stations, or any entity associated with the contests are not eligible to win unless the station otherwise specifies at its own discretion. Persons who have won in the last 60 days from a station contest or event may not be eligible. Full general contest rules are available on seattlesports.com or in person at the station during regular business hours. The Bump and Stacy Show is powered in part each day by the caring and compassionate team at Pendergast Law Personal Injury Lawyers. Go to pendergastlaw.com.
Luxury has arrived at Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel. It's Mike Salk here. You can book now for an unforgettable experience. Let's talk about Hawks Peak. It is the place to be for game days this football season. With over 66 TVs, indoor-outdoor concept, the deck is covered and it's heated as well. And the food, oh man, it was excellent. All with breathtaking views of the Cascades and the Snoqualmie Valley. Yep, you can go to snocasino.com. Seattle's closest is now Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel.
We meet by accident, fixing every last bit, accurate auto body.
If you've been in an auto accident, you have the right to take your vehicle to any repair facility. Accurate Auto Body has been family owned and operated since 1994, and they work for you, not your insurance company. Your insurance company may not love them, but you will, because
We meet by accident, fixing every last bit, accurate auto body.
Hey, it's Tim Hunter, former Seattle radio goofball here with two words that aren't funny. Prostate cancer. Get your annual checkup. Keep an eye on that PSA number. And if you hear those two words like I did, talk to the folks at Swedish Cyberknife. 5 treatments, minimally invasive and technologically advanced over the other options. If you were a friend and I consider you one, I'd highly recommend Swedish Cyberknife. We are so lucky to have them right here in town. Do your research, but definitely visit swedish.org/cyberknife prostate. night.
When the heat's an 11.
Cool AC would be heaven.
Dayandnight.net. It's the final month to save 30% off an air conditioner or heat pump while supplies last at Day and Night.
Hi, I'm Bruce with Day and Night Plumbing and Heating. Call us about installing a high-efficiency cooling system or servicing your existing one so you're cool when you need it.
Save 30% off an air conditioner or heat pump, plus no payments or interest for a year OAC. Call for details.
Dayandnight.net.
It's time for Bold Take Friday.
Get your bold takes in for Bold Take Friday. 866-979-3776. Mariners Seahawks doesn't matter. Here we go. Bold takes as the first listener. No surprise, it's a Mariners one for Game 5. Ricky Skubal out by the third. That's exceptionally bold. That's exceptionally bold. Now we're going to have Tigers reporter Cody Stavenhagen joining us in 15. We'll ask him about Tarik, though we know a ton about Ricky Skubs. That'd be great. That'd be great.
That would be nice.
Tag him up early. Bam, bam, bam. 8-1. Bottom of the first.
How great would that be?
I lose my mind. I'd come in here on Monday, I swear to God, and you guys already know it because you know me. You would hear me here on Monday going, this is why I told you guys not to worry.
If they put up 8 in the
know.
first, it would feel like Super Bowl 48 where like the game was over by halftime. And it's just like, oh, okay. Just cruise to victory. I'll go back to eat my snacks.
Yeah. No
big deal.
It would be... No, I'd probably still be nervous, but then Monday, if they ended up winning, I'm still saying now if they ended up winning, if they were up 8-1 in the bottom of the first and somehow ended up winning, I'd still come in here and I'd still be nervous during the game and then come in here and go, I told you guys. I told you guys were all, you and listeners were just panicking and I kept telling you to calm down. 866-979-3776. Before I get to a few more, Bump, do you have a bold take for Bold Take Friday?
Yeah. Let's go. Randy leadoff home run.
Ooh.
And the whole order it gets an AB in the first inning. Everybody gets some. Just bow,
so
bow,
it just keeps
bow,
going.
bow, bow. Light him up. Light him up. Let's go.
You know, he did have a leadoff single, a hard hit single against Skubal in Game 2. Randy did. So I'll say that.
So if everyone gets an AB.
If everyone gets an AB and you just keep going, theoretically, this game could be still going Monday. If everyone keeps getting ABs against Tarik Skubal.
There's no rules against an inning lasting forever.
No rules
right?
against it. Thank you, Curtis. 866-979-3776. Bold take. Kirby goes 7-12 strikeouts. Mariners win 4-1, says the 360.
All right.
I do think that inherent to getting a win over the Tigers will be the Tigers' bats not producing. Just no run support for Tarik Skubal. I don't think runs will come easy against Skubal. I think that as much as you can to repeat that Game 2 formula of, and then their bats don't do anything either, is probably your best bet.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it is.
It is. That's the formula.
It is what it is. Brady, can you look up the most runs Skubal's given up in a game this year, if you know it offhand? I'm curious to see that. 866-979-3776. JP will be the dude tonight, says the 253 for a Bold Take Friday. I like that. If you had to call your shot on who's going to be the dude, you got Randy?
It has to be
Randy
Julio. It has to be Julio.
Okay.
Julio's going to be that dude. 4-4. Let's go.
What if it's Polanco again?
Most runs Skubal's ever given up in a game.
Let us know.
7 runs back in 2023.
Let's make it happen.
Let's get it.
This year,
7 runs. What a bum.
This year, 5. That was
5.
back in May.
5 back in May.
But the Mariners have scored the second and third most runs against him.
I like that.
4 and 3.
God, he's so good.
3 is the third most runs he's given up in a start this year. Jeez.
If you could just get to the bullpen, you know? If you could just get to the bullpen early, and they will have him go as deep into this game as they possibly can, which feels like the dumbest thing to say, but go back to that game against the Guardians where he went through, I think, through 7 into 8. I don't know how far into 8 he ended up going, if it was 8 1/3, 8 2, whatever it was. I think he got to 8. But he will go deep into this one if you don't at least get some walks. He's not going to have a ton, but it's possible. Okay, 866-979-3776. We got a Seahawks Bold Take here. Ken Walker, 150 rushing and 2 touchdowns.
$150.
Jags
all right.
against the run. Let's talk
They're
about
11th.
that defense.
They're 11th. They allow 97 yards per game. It'd be nice to go back-to-back games with a team collectively going over 100, but, yeah, we need that K9 show today.
I do wonder
Sunday.
if the Jags, what if the Jags are a little worse against the run than we think? Now, they're bad against the pass. They've been 27th against the pass, but they've also not faced a lot of teams with excellent run games.
No, the Niners. I mean, the Niners always have that threat, right? You know who they got back there, that man Christian McCaffrey. But the Chiefs' leading rusher is Patrick Mahomes at this point. The Bengals, not so much. The Panthers, yeah, they haven't really seen a run game like this. But in back-to-back weeks, they will. They got the Seahawks this week, obviously, then the Rams next week. So, yeah, they'll be tested.
Yeah, they got an interesting time taken on. I mean, we know that these two divisions are facing each other, but 3 of those NFC West opponents for the Jags are coming within the same month span. Cal hits a double down the field to score Julio in the first. No, wait. From first to win it in the 10th. The 10th, says the 425. Another game going into extras against this Tigers team.
I don't like that.
You don't like that?
Extras. I don't like extras.
But it's a win.
I know. I'll take the win, but you wanna see your boy stressed? Go on to extras.
Now, 253 says Polanco's going to hit for the cycle.
Why not? Has he ever hit for the cycle?
Why not?
Why not?
I don't think he's ever done it.
Is it harder to get a triple than it is a home run? This is
Way
dumbest
harder.
thing.
Yes,
That's what I'm saying. I'm like,
is.
it sounds in theory like the dumbest thing to ask, but I'm telling you, I swear to God, every person who comes close to the cycle, it's a triple short of the cycle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Easy.
So Jorge Polanco has hit for the cycle. He did in 2019. He went 5 for 5, but he did in Minnesota's ballpark. I believe Seattle has only ever had 2 cycles hit here. Yordan Alvarez,
tonight.
I think last year.
Ugh.
And then I think Miguel Tejada, like the first year the ballpark was open. So it doesn't happen here very often.
But it has before.
And it's going to happen
So
tonight.
you're telling me
There's a chance.
there's a chance.
Hey, you know how it's getting real out here? I get to look into the news section.
Yeah.
There's so many Mariners uniforms or jerseys out there.
In our newsroom?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
Look at them doing news.
Even the news side
going,
is trying
guys.
to buy into this thing.
Yeah, lots of Mariners jerseys out there, Mariners hats. Look at them doing news.
There you go.
Eamon Worry pick 6
Eamon Worry.
for another bold take.
You know what? I hope you
He was a
guys
full
get to
participant in
talk
practice.
to Eamon Worry because we interviewed him last night.
How
Probably
was
my
it?
favorite player now.
What?
We have really good ones. DeAnthony Bell was awesome
He was
yesterday.
great. Take us behind the scenes with Nick Eamon Worry, though. What was it like?
This is the thing that got me. So
Okay.
I was talking to him about, your welcome to the NFL moment. You always ask the rookies that question. Mine was when I met Rossum. He was a returner for Atlanta back in the day. He was playing for the Niners, and I used to use him in Madden all the time. So I shook his hand like, hey, man, nice to meet you. And I asked him, he goes, nah, man, I haven't really had one because I'm thinking they got to worry about me. I ain't worried about no one out there. And I go,
Wow.
You just got me fired up, dog. I'm ready to go play right now.
Then I ran through a wall.
His confidence is there, but he's also humble at the same time. You guys, if you ever get a chance to talk to him or listen to him speak, do so. It was a good interview.
I will say Nick he's been dealing with that ankle injury. He was a full participant the other day. DeMarcus Lawrence was a full participant yesterday. Ernest Jones was limited. Rick Woolen limited, though in both cases that's better than being out, clearly. Still waiting to see whether Julian Love and Devin Witherspoon are going to play. I don't know that they do. Both were non-participants in practice.
Yeah.
I don't know that they make it back.
I don't think so.
Let's see, one more here. 866-979-3776. Bold take. Mariners, Seahawks, Huskies all win this weekend, but the Mariners have the greatest score differential. Wild. I like ending with that one. That's a good bold take to wrap things up. All right. We already know plenty about the Tigers, but let's ask some big questions ahead of this week 5, game 5, a pivotal game 5 here. Tigers reporter for The Athletic, Cody Stavenhagen, joins us next.
It all comes down to one win-or-go-home showdown at T-Mobile Park tonight.
This team is fired up. The fans here at T-Mobile Park are fired up.
Everything's in front of us, and they do fight back, and they do bounce back.
Done it all year. I don't see why anything's going to change.
Got a lot of resiliency in this club. We believe in each other, and we're ready to fight.
It's Tridents Up.
There it is. Strike rate call. He did it.
First pitch at 5:08, and there's only one place you can hear the American League West champion Mariners in the playoffs, Seattle Sports.
For over 113 years, Pacific Lamp and Supply Company has been your #1 lighting specialist in Washington, from the Space Needle in Seattle all the way to the Riverwalk in Spokane. With the largest lighting inventory in Washington, Pacific Lamp's knowledgeable and experienced staff can assist with any lighting issue, including intricate lighting and control designs. Plus, they work with all utilities in Washington to get you the best available lighting rebates. Pacific Lamp and Supply Company, Washington's lighting experts since 1912. Visit pacificlamp.com.
Are your investment dollars working as hard as they should be? You've spent years building your future. Don't let outdated advice put it at risk. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. We're a veteran-owned firm proud to bring a new standard of financial care to the Seattle area. Our nationally recognized advisors are fiduciaries, ethically bound to put your interests first. That's the highest standard of care in the industry. As a privately held company, we answer to you, our valued clients, not shareholders. For households with $500,000 or more, let us build you a customized plan. From Bellevue to Tacoma, get advice you can count on. It's time to take a fresh look at your financial plan. Call Trajan Wealth, 206-466-3300. That's 206-466-3300. Trajan Wealth. Plan smarter, dream bigger.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
The fall, well, it's a great time to reset your workouts on new stuff, and Top Fitness has some great deals going on right now. Hey, Brock Hewitt here, and you've heard me talk about working out in your home gym. It's the best. From flooring to everything that goes in that gym, like treadmills, ellipticals, and strength training systems, well, Top Fitness provides it all. Top Fitness represents the very best brands available, like Washington's own Precor, yes, the company that created the elliptical, and Inspire Fitness, the leader in strength training machines, along with so many others. Give Top Fitness your room dimensions right now, and you know what? They'll do the rest. They'll do a complete fitness room design. And right now, get 0% interest financing. Mention you heard it from me and receive an additional $100 off any new treadmill or home gym. It's no secret that everyone, from personal trainers to professional athletes, love Top Fitness. Top Fitness has locations in Tukwila, Linwood, and Bellevue, or visit them online at topfitness.com for more info. That's Top Fitness, your best place for home fitness equipment.
It's the World Fighting Championships at Emerald Queen Casino Event Center, Saturday night, October 25th. Experience the thrill and excitement of high-energy mixed martial arts. Tickets at emeraldqueen.com. Don't miss this amazing professional mixed martial arts event, the World Fighting Championships, October 25th at Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest. 21 and older, need gambling help? Call 800-547-6133 or visit emeraldqueen.com.
The LJ way is.
You look at stuff like this and it's like, I don't want to come into an industry and work on a place that is going to compromise how I feel about myself. I get to go to work every day with good people, and I get to enjoy what I do because I'm out there just trying to do right by people I care about, which is our community. We're going to see them at the grocery store. I'm going to see them at the sports tournaments. Two friends of our daughters came in last night just on the lot, didn't know I was there, and it was cool because you got to take them through, and they're going to buy a car for their first driver and a car for their kid going to school soon. These are the people that you're going to work with, and so you better make sure that your laundry's clean. I don't think Lee Johnson specifically, right, Speedway Chevrolet, where I'm at, I don't think they've ever had a problem with the community of being able to stand up and look them in the eye and know that they did their job well.
The LJ way is the Lee Johnson Auto family.
Keeping your engines healthy means protecting them in season and out. Experts trust Stable to do that, and third-party testing confirms it. Stable is the industry leader in preventing fuel-related issues, no matter if you use it in your car, boat, or outdoor power equipment. In season or out, at every fill-up or when you store, start with Stable.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Baseball's postseason is here.
This lets out a yell, and so does everyone in this building.
Seattle Sports Playoff coverage is presented by Honey Bucket, 710 KIRO AM Seattle and KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Seattle Sports Snapshot.
It's a massive Friday here in Seattle. The Mariners are taking on the Tigers at 5:08 p.m. for a winner-take-all Game 5 in the ALDS. Extended pregame coverage begins at 2 p.m. live from Hatback and live on Seattle Sports. The Cubs also forced Game 5 against the Brewers, while the Phillies lost in extras to the Dodgers last night.
Snapshot, brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time. From the Quantum Fiber Studio,
this is Bump and Stacy
on Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app and at seattlesports.com.
Now, here are your hosts, Michael Bumpus and Stacy Ross.
Here we go now. Tigers reporter for The Athletic, Cody Stavenhagen, joining us now on the Emerald Queen Casino Sportsbook Hotline. Cody, how's it going?
Hey, doing all right. How are you?
Nervous, eager to see what this is all like. Again, it's as you've heard 1,000,005 times on the broadcast for the first 4 games of this series, kind of new territory for a lot of Seattle Mariners fans. So going to be an interesting one here. Now, I don't love having Tarik Skubal on the mound for Detroit. That's something I don't love. I feel silly asking you for a preview of someone we know so well, but I'll say it this way. In the games where Skubal has left early, maybe not had his best showing, which are not common, what typically has the other team done to get to him?
Yeah, that's a great question because they are few and far in between. I mean, I think on the days Skubal isn't at his absolute best, the command's just a little bit off. He can maybe be prone to more elevated pitch counts. The Mariners have beaten him, in 3 games this season, or at least beaten the Tigers in 3 games he's pitched. Fangraphs had a really good article this morning looking a little closer at what they have done against him. One thing that stands out is they haven't really chased his changeup. He has the best changeup in baseball. It's a pitch that has a lot of horizontal run on it. Hitters will miss it in the zone. They'll chase it out of the zone. The Mariners have stayed pretty disciplined, not chase that changeup. When it's stayed in the zone, they've been able to hit it. So that's something that stands out a little more. Skubal went a little more slider, a little less changeup against them last time. I'll be interested to see how he mixes his arsenal and if he can get a little more chase on that changeup.
What does your fan base feel like? Because, the history over here with the Mariners, not a lot of success. Fans are feeling nervous and, it's the underdog mentality over here. Like, what's the fan base feeling over there in Detroit? Do they feel like they should win this game? Do they feel like underdogs? What's the situation in Detroit?
I'm not sure anyone knows. I think Tigers fans have had a lot of conflicting emotions recently. I mean, this was a team that had the terrible September collapse, and I think the mood among the fan base was a little checked out. It was a little angry. They were down entering the 5th inning of Game 4, and the home crowd at Comerica Park was quiet except for booing the home team. But then they went on, a remarkable rally, and it was loud again, and there was some life again. So obviously Tigers fans want to win this game, but there's been, a strange sense of either apathy or just being upset that this team's taken such a difficult path to this point. I do think if the Tigers could win Game 5 and advance to the ALCS, a lot of what happened in September, a lot of other things that weren't done at various points this year, would certainly come closer to being erased than if they were to bow out in a 5-game division series where they had blown the division, blown home field advantage. That winds up here. In a way, I think what happens tonight will dictate a lot of the mood for the entire offseason amongst the Tigers fan base.
Yeah, I don't blame them at all for that feeling. Let's talk about what happened in September, though. Entering into this series, we didn't spend a ton of time previewing it. We knew that Seattle had kind of a surprising chance at the 2 seed, and then once they got that, we were kind of all eyes on, what's happening with Houston, how's the rest of the playoffs shaking out. But that being said, is the story just that offense fell flat? Kind of take us back a couple weeks here and remind us what exactly happened with Detroit.
Yeah, it's certainly more than the offense. I mean, I think the pitching was entirely culpable. A lot of people in Detroit would want to point back to the trade deadline. The Tigers traded for Charlie Morton and Chris Paddock to help the rotation. by the end of the season. Charlie Morton had been DFA'd, and Chris Paddock was in the bullpen. So their rotation was leaking oil. Their bullpen, aside from kind of Kyle Finnegan and Will Vest, was struggling. And then their hitting really did fall off a cliff. They were toward the bottom 5 in on-base percentage. They finished the year for the entire season with the 4th highest strikeout rate in the league. They were struggling to drive guys in with runners in scoring position. That was a theme throughout pretty much all of the 7-17 September. I've written before, like, when the Tigers are at their best, they're one of these teams that, where everyone is contributing something. Beyond Skubal, they don't really have a lot of bona fide star power, but they have a lot of guys who can do little things well. They run the base as well, etc. For all of September, it seemed like no one was contributing anything rather than everyone contributing something. Almost the entire lineup was cold, and then the pitching had some real problems. They were running out different guys every day. They had guys stuck in the option cycle who should have been in the big leagues, so their roster management was a little bit curious. It was kind of a perfect storm of things that went against the Tigers in September, even though a lot of it was ultimately self-inflicted.
Who's your X factor for the Tigers in their order?
Yeah, I think it changes based on the day. I've said Javi Baez a lot of times, and he's had quite a series. Tonight, I'll go Parker Meadows. Center fielder, has not had much success so far in the postseason, but when he's at his best, he can be a real difference maker. He's the type of bat you would like to see a timely hit from in a winner-take-all game.
We've done a lot of comparing and contrasting between A.J. Hinch and Dan Wilson in this series, as have broadcasters covering this game, and for very obvious reasons, Cody, because the just massive amount of experience with A.J. versus Dan Wilson managing his very first postseason series. So it's natural. That being said, what have you made so far of Hinch's approach to his postseason management for this trip for the Tigers? And is there a move that either you have an especially high praise for or maybe still a question about?
A.J. Hinch is a terrific manager. It's very rare that I question or disagree with many of his in-game decisions, even when he does something unconventional. I've just seen it work so many times. But pulling Casey Mize after 3 innings in Game 4, that backfired right away. That could have cost the Tigers their season had Kyle Finnegan not gotten them out of a jam. I think that was a little bit overly aggressive. I think it felt to me like Hinch wasn't trusting his offense to produce runs, and rightfully so. They had been struggling, but it was almost trying to win that game through the manager's chair, through turning to the bullpen early and hoping the bullpen could cover 6 innings. So that was a strange decision. He had a couple other controversial ones in the wild card series, again pulling Mize early in a game, pinch hitting for Riley Green, one of the Tigers' best batters. I thought that made a lot of mathematical sense. Green had been struggling against left-handers, but hey, Riley Green homered against a lefty, in Game 4 in Detroit. So, Hinch tries to put his players in the best positions to win. He's certainly been a little more aggressive even than usual so far in the playoffs, and has kind of had mixed results. It's probably a little bit easier on him tonight with Tarik Skubal going. He's going to want Skubal to cover as much ground as he possibly can. You're going to have Kyle Finnegan. You're going to have Will Vest, Tyler Holton if you need a left-hander. So maybe that makes the pitching decisions a lot easier for AJ. But it's certainly been an interesting postseason from a managerial standpoint, to say the least.
Yeah, that was kind of going to be my question is how far does he push Skubal? I'm looking at his pitch counts, man. A 107 against Cleveland, 102 against Cleveland. He'll hit the high 90s often. Do you see a situation where he pulls him out early, or do you feel like he's going to ride till the wheels fall off?
I think he will lean closer toward riding them until the wheels fall off. I mean, unless things just really get ugly, I think you feel better about Tarik Skubal than almost anyone on the planet on that mound. AJ has shown the willingness to push him past the 100-pitch mark already in the playoffs, something he didn't really do in the regular season. I think 107 pitches was it against Cleveland. I think that, that could be the marker we're looking for if Skubal is at all close to his best.
It was a bullpen collapse for Seattle, certainly in Game 4, but credit the Tigers' bats also heating up. Gleyber Torres, 2 for 3 with a walk, RBI. Riley Green, obviously, with a go-ahead home run. Spencer Torkelson was 2 for 4 with an RBI. Zach McKinstry, 3 for 4. It was, I think, the most offense, I know, the most offense we'd seen from Detroit in that series, and it was a lot. That being said, are you expecting a low-scoring affair like Games 1 and 2 here again in Seattle for Game 5, or do you think that the heating up of a bat or two for Detroit is going to stick around?
Yeah, the stat that blew my mind, the 9 runs was the most the Tigers had scored in a postseason game since the 1968 World Series, which was a long time ago. Game 5, I'm counting on a low-scoring game. I think with Skubal on the mound, a lot like Game 1, a lot like Game 2, it could be kind of tense. It could be a nail-biter. You would like to hope that maybe that sparked something with the Tigers' bats. You know, they have had success against George Kirby in the past, but George Kirby's a really good pitcher. The Mariners have good arms. I'm not sure it's this, awakening where they're going to score 9 runs again. I could see a 3-2 game, and I'm not sure which team's going to win, but I think it's going to be another fun one.
Who on the in the Mariners lineup, not named Julio or Cal, that concerns you the most?
Well, tonight's hard to not say Jorge Polanco after he homered twice off Skubal earlier this series. I think that's a guy who's had some success against Skubal in the past. Now, he kind of got 2 mistakes, and to his credit, just did not miss them. I think Skubal will probably be a little bit more careful against Polanco this time around, but I think that's the guy you got to circle.
Is there kind of someone within the Tigers bullpen that you're looking going, God, this one does make me nervous? And just for context, Cody, here in Seattle, we had a lot of faith in Spire. You're wondering now what his usage in this one and Bizzardo's usage is going to be. Brash can have an amazing slider, one of the best we've seen, and also be incredibly nerve-wracking. Is there someone in that Detroit bullpen where it's kind of been really up and down or volatile with them?
They're trying to stay away from a lot of those guys. So in some event where if Skubal had a shorter start, a guy like a Tommy Canely or a Rafael Montero would be the one who comes to mind, guys who have given them good outings at times and really struggled at other times. And then I'd keep an eye on Kyle Finnegan too. You know, if Skubal's done after 7, depending on the matchups, Finnegan could be the logical choice for the 8th. He's been really good, but the Tigers have used him a ton. Seattle has already scored off him in 2 appearances this series. He has good stuff, but yeah, it's a lot of usage. The familiarity factor that may or may not have contributed to Spire giving up some runs could be a factor with Finnegan as well.
Do you guys talk about T-Mobile? I mean, it's always a big talking point for us, right?
Yeah.
Can you hit here? Can you not? A pitcher's type of ballpark. Do you guys talk about that over there in Detroit?
A little bit. You know, oddly enough, some of the hitters I've talked to in the Tigers say they kind of like hitting here. They haven't had an issue with the batter's eye and things of that nature. But everyone's talking about how loud it is. That's no joke. It's about as loud as I've felt a baseball stadium. I mean, you guys really have, Seattle fans have contributed a terrific environment. Kind of embarrassed Comerica Park, which was pretty quiet for the better part of 2 days. So, yeah, the noise factor at T-Mobile is real, and I think everyone is well aware of that.
It sounds like A.J. Hinch, I'm sure maybe a little biased here, but who can blame him, right? Former catchers had a lot of good stuff to say about Cal. And was it a pregame press conference with you guys? What'd he end up saying?
Yeah, I think that was before the series probably, but just talking about admiration for, the difficulty of what Cal has done from the catcher position. I think everyone's pretty familiar and well acquainted with it, but I think of Austin Hedges, the Guardians catcher, who earlier this year said, every inning you catch in theory makes you worse with a bat in your hands. That has not been the case, obviously, with Cal Raleigh. It's been really impressive, and yeah, AJ, as a former catcher, I think has ample respect for that.
I'm asking every baseball mind I talk to this: the ending of the Dodgers-Phillies game. Your thoughts about that?
I mean, you have to feel bad for the guy on the mound, but at the same time, was that panic? Was that a lack of situational awareness? That is, I think, everybody's worst nightmare if you've ever stepped on a baseball diamond to make a mistake like that in a situation like that. So I feel for the guy, but at the same time, you just got to throw the ball to first base, man. Come on.
It's killer. Absolutely killer. Did you see the Cubs coming back in, forcing a Game 5 here, or did you thought they'd be knocked out?
I'm not totally surprised. I love the Milwaukee Brewers and have a lot of respect for Pat Murphy and the way they play the game. But for whatever reason, that franchise has struggled to win in the postseason. The Cubs have a little more of that top-end firepower. I'd love to see the Brewers advance, but I'm not actually shocked that the Cubs have come back and forced a decisive Game 5.
He is Tigers reporter for The Athletic, Cody Stavenhagen. Cody, thanks so much for your time, man. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Cody.
All right. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Have a good one. Actually, have an awful one. I should have said that to him.
You wouldn't.
Cody. Yeah, I absolutely wouldn't. Cody was very polite and nice, so I couldn't bring myself to do it. He's just a nice guy. It's a Fan Friday powered by the Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel. Let's get to 4 down territory.
This is 4 down territory, going inside the game with former Seahawks and Coug wide receiver Michael Bumpus.
First down, why has Devin Lloyd been able to lead the league in interceptions, and how can the Seahawks neutralize him?
One, he's doing exactly what he's supposed to do. He's getting to a spot. And a lot of them had just been, oh, here's a present. I turn around. Brock Purdy, throw me an interception. But this is how you mess with middle linebackers. Or linebackers in general when you're running your routes. You run at them. A lot of times when young guys start, running routes or whatnot, you try to run around people. If I'm running a deep cross, a shallow, a dig, whatever, I'm running at him. I tell my receivers all the time, I need to know the eye color of the DB that's over you. I need to know the eye color of the backer that's over you, because that tells me that you're attacking him. That's how you make those guys uncomfortable. With Devin, he's just been able to drop into space. There's guys running around him because he's a big boy, and then he gets a present. Also, Sam Darnold has to be great with his eyes. He has to do what Baker Mayfield did to our safeties last week. Baker Mayfield was moving our safeties off their spots just with their eyes. You cannot give him any freebies. He's leading the league in interceptions, but a lot of those are just gifts. It is happy birthday, happy Kwanzaa, Merry Christmas, all that good stuff. So attack him in your route running, move him with your eyes, and just be disciplined.
Second down. What's a situation that'll probably decide the game on Sunday?
It's going to come down to the red zone. The Hawks are 5th best in the red zone when it comes to scoring touchdowns. 77% of the time, they're in the red zone, they score touchdowns. How refreshing is that coming off the last couple of years?
Right.
The Jags are 9th when it comes to stopping opponents in the red zone. They only allow a touchdown 57% of the time. So when the game shrinks, when there's nowhere to go, when you only have 20 yards, sometimes even less than that, who is going to perform? You talk about Devin Lloyd. He has an interception, 2 interceptions in the red zone. He's been able to be good in the run and in the pass. So when you get down there, it's easy. No, of course, Bob, you got to score in the red zone. Yeah, but you got 2 teams who are going at it, or 2 of the best teams offensively and defensively in the red zone. How creative are you going to get? We've seen A.J. Barner become a red zone target. He has 2 or 3 touchdowns in the red zone. You've seen JSN be a target in that red zone as well. I'm looking for Arroyo. Arroyo had a big reception against the Arizona Cardinals, and had a couple receptions after that. How do you get him involved in the red zone? Because that's where the matchup comes. When you run the football as much as the Hawks do, they're like top 5 when it comes to rush attempts. That means that the play action is going to be open. That means the tight end's going to be able to work the seams and the flats. So, yeah, red zone. You score 77% of the time. The Jags stop teams 57% of the time. Let's get it.
They're down. What did Brian Walters try to sell you on last night, and why are you not ready to buy? But you are interested in seeing how it plays out.
Yeah, he tried to sell me one of the questions on. Yeah, he is in real estate. He tried to sell me on. Well, the question was, we do talk that talk at the end of Hawks Live, and it's where we pick some topics, and he tells me if he believes it or not, and vice versa. And one of the questions were, all right, who is your league MVP so far? And I was like, I'm going with either Matthew Stafford, Jared Goff, or Dak Prescott. I think those are the 3 quarterbacks performing at the high. So, and Baker Mayfield, I threw him in there.
Oh, I would have said Baker.
Baker Mayfield. Matthew Stafford quietly balling. I think he has like 12 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Goff has 12 and 2 or something like that. But anyway, he said Sam Darnold. And I go, come on, man. I'm like, come on, man. I know we're here with the people. It's Seattle, but you can't be serious. And then I went back and I did a little bit of research. I'm like, all right, let's make a case for Sam Darnold to at least be in the conversation. He's number 1 in the NFL when it comes to pass yards per attempts, 9.3. He's number 3 when it comes to passer rating, 114.8. He's number 2 when it comes to yards per completion with 12.7, trailing only Lamar Jackson. He's number 3 in the NFL when it comes to completion percentage at 73.1. If you win those 2 games that you've lost, right? If if Abe doesn't get pushed back into you, if Sam doesn't hit a helmet trying to throw the ball in the dirt, and say they are undefeated, say they were undefeated, maybe even one loss, I think you can legit say he's in the conversation. Right now, he's just knocking on the door. Like, the candidates are in the house having a party, and he's knocking on the door waiting to get in because he's playing efficient football. He's one of the most efficient quarterbacks in the game right now.
Yes.
But because of the record and because of the way they've lost a couple of games, I don't think you can put him in the conversation yet, but he's close.
But I love this conversation because Sam Darnold kind of became a talking point last year with the Minnesota Vikings about MVP, and he wasn't going to be MVP. But I was listening to on Mina Kimes' new podcast, they were talking about Sam Darnold and kind of this year compared to last year. And so I went to look up like EPA per play, completion percentage over expected. Sam Darnold is better this year. I'm so glad that you mentioned, with the wins and losses, maybe with the total, touchdown to interception ratio or whatever it is. He's not throwing a lot of picks by any means, but it's kind of when those things get skewed in the wrong way. For instance, last year with the Minnesota Vikings, they were undefeated. First 5 weeks of the season, they were 5-0. They might have even gone 6-0. I'm not entirely sure to start the year, maybe 5-1. This year, the Seahawks are 3-2 to start the season, and they're going into Jacksonville hoping to come away with another win. Sam Darnold might have had more touchdowns through this time last year, but he has been more efficient.
Efficient as heck.
So in completion percentage over expected, not only is he completing the passes he should, he's completing passes that other quarterbacks sometimes or often don't. So that's also an area where he's, I think right now maybe 3, but was at some point leading the league in EPA per play. So the things that he has control over, not taking sacks, getting rid of the ball quickly, things like that. He's also leading the league. Like, he is better than he was with Minnesota. Better. And I just think that was not at all on my bingo card for Sam Darnold for 2025. I was like, can he be the same? That'd be great. It's just maybe we didn't understand Sam Darnold's, not just we here in Seattle.
Y'all didn't.
But maybe collectively the football world didn't understand
y'all.
Sam Darnold's 2024 and how much of that was also the Vikings being a solid team, having a good defense. Bump knew Sam Darnold would be great, but I'm just saying the national conversation was Sam Darnold will not be as good as he was because he doesn't have Justin Jefferson and Kevin O'Connell.
Yeah, JSN.
He ended up being, right now so far,
Jackson
even
Smith,
better.
who's having a better year than Jefferson right now.
4th down. What do numbers say we are not going to see a lot of when both defenses are on the field?
Numbers say that these guys are going to drop in the zone and sit back and make quarterbacks or make these quarterbacks beat them. They don't blitz a lot. We know that about the Seahawks already. They're around 11%, bottom of the league. And then you have these guys coming in at 18%, about 23rd in the league. But I think that should flip. I think Mike McDonald should get after Trevor Lawrence. I think he should blitz a bit more than he typically does. You don't know who's going to be available. You got to create some chaos for him. Derek Hall's not going to play in this game. Jay Love sounds like he's not going to play. Is Spoon going to play? How can you help this secondary out that struggled a little bit last week? You cause chaos in the box. Now, when you blitz, you better hit because there's going to be some open lanes and throwing lanes out in the secondary, or maybe you're manned up and you have to rely on some technique. But no, numbers say that there's not going to be a lot of blitzing in this game. I say Mike McDonald, go get him. Make Trevor Lawrence have to beat you. Make him feel that pressure. Make that offensive line have to slide. Make the running backs have to block you. Cause some chaos. Step out of your norm and go get that quarterback.
Which of those absences maybe concern you most between, and again, nothing confirmed yet, though I think we're all expecting Derek Hall might take a couple weeks, but Hall not going to be out there, though. DeMarcus Lawrence looks like he could return. And then you've got Julian and Devin, who certainly...
It's Julian all day.
Julian all day.
Julian, the safety net over the top, man. He's sometimes you don't know what you got till it's gone. Well, I mean, we knew what we have, and now it's just amplified.
Yeah. Someone said we have multiple injuries in the secondary. Why does Shaquille Griffin remain on the practice squad?
Good question. You gotta. It's a weekly evaluation. There's something going on during the week that they feel like these other guys are better suited for the opportunity, but you never know. He could be activated this week.
We want to send one of you and 3 friends to watch the Seahawks game on Monday, October 20th. All you need to do is open the Seattle Sports app and click the Win tab to find out how. If you don't already have the app, text the word app to 866-979-3776, and we'll send you a link to download. Enter daily to increase your chances to win. This contest runs through Monday, October 13th. Things are not all right with the Eagles, despite their 4-2 start. That's next on your home for the Mariners pennant push. Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app.
Wednesday marked 30 years since the greatest moment in Mariners franchise history.
Swung on the line down the left field line for a
That was a Game 5, just like the one coming up this afternoon at T-Mobile. Don't miss the next great Mariners moment, the one we'll be talking about 30 years from now. Where will you be listening for the next?
And the fans are going crazy here at T-Mobile Park.
First pitch today at 5:08.
Everyone wants to get the best deal they can when they buy a car, but what about when you want to sell your car? Of course, you want to get the most money possible, but how do you get the most you can without trying to sell it yourself? Well, that's where my friends at Wayscar Ford in Auburn step in. Not only will they buy your car today, but that's just the beginning, because once they resell your old car, they send you another check for 50% of the profit of the sale of your old car. Seriously, they've already given back over $800,000 to customers. It's such a great offer, and I know exactly what you're thinking right now, which is probably, how are they able to do it? It's not a consignment. You get paid for your car right away. Wayscar Ford pays you right up front. They buy your car for fair market value. No more insurance, no more maintenance, no more storage. Then pay you half the profit when they resell your car. It's that simple. Get the most money possible for your old car at Wayscar Ford Isuzu in Auburn and let them do the work. Wayscarford.com.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Pros don't just show up, they prove how it's done. With precision and without shortcuts. Makita tools are built the same way, with a dedication to lasting quality, trusted performance, and results that reward your effort year after year. When the job calls for the best, call on Makita. Built to be the best. Available at the Home Depot.
This is for all you guys on Viagra. ED pills are no longer needed. The brutal side effects like 4-hour headaches, blurred vision, and that flush feeling can all be put behind you with our treatment. Here at West Coast Men's Health, we have a better approach to ED. Acoustic wave therapy creates blood flow circulation by safely removing the plaque in your arteries and restoring function naturally. Guys, let me be clear. Pills will never fix your problem. Our equipment is the latest technology, and our medical staff is the best in the industry. So give West Coast Men's Health a call today. Speak with our clinic manager. Ask him any question you like, how it works, the science behind it, and even the cost. If you suffer from ED or Peyronie's disease, give West Coast Men's Health a call today. It's not just about better health, it's about a better life.
With clinics in Redmond and Tacoma, call 206-519-6541. That's 206-519-6541. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com.
Cancer impacts so many families, including mine. Former Washington Husky Mario Bailey here. My mother was treated for cancer at UW Medicine. As devastating as cancer is, there is hope because the Cancer Vaccine Institute is developing vaccines to treat and prevent the deadliest cancers. Patients who received vaccines over 20 years ago are still alive today. Please join me and make a donation to the Cancer Vaccine Institute at local Safeway stores. Learn more at uwcvi.org.
Heading outdoors or on the water this weekend? Check in with Joey and Nelly on the Outdoor Line from 6 to 8 a.m. every Saturday on Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app.
I had a young woman who was on a new SUV, and she had attachments to her old car because it was her first car, and she had questions because she was doubling her spending budget, and she was very fiscally responsible. It was almost making her sick. And the best path at that point was to let's stop for the night and you go home and take a breath. She came back in the morning and bought the car. She was way happier. These are major life accomplishments. You have the ability to afford at this tier. You've secured one of the major needs in your life. You should be feeling a tremendous amount of pride and respect for your accomplishments. I'm just grateful that we get to celebrate it with them, that we get to be part of it in that aspect of it.
The LJ Way is The Lee Johnson Auto Family.
Well, I'm here with my good buddy, Dr. Dan Nelson from Eastside Pain and Regenerative Medicine. And you've heard from Dr. Dan's patients over the years how a simple stem cell procedure has successfully conquered their pain. Well, folks, now it's my turn. After years of dealing with knee pain from all the football abuse, I can say my knee pain now is almost 100% gone. How'd you do it, Dr. Dan?
Well, Brock, personally, I'm very happy that you did so well. And your story is like so many of our other patients who come in, former athletes and non-athletes as well, who have come in with chronic knee pain, and they are looking for alternatives besides knee replacement surgery. And we're happy to provide this service. It's been truly a game changer for so many folks. It's just been a pleasure to be part of this.
Consider Dr. Nelson, the only doctor with over 30 years of experience in pain medicine techniques, including stem cell therapy. I was in and out with a couple of follow-ups. It's a non-surgical solution to pain using your own stem cells. Consider stem cell therapy with Dr. Daniel Nelson, MD at 425-823-4000 or visit danielnelsonmd.com. That's danielnelsonmd.com.
Brought to you by Integrated Rehabilitation Group.
This is The Timeline
with Bump and Stacy.
Brought to you by 1-800-DUI-AWAY.
Bump thinks he's so funny.
I'm a dad.
That was a dad
I think
joke
I'm
if
funny.
I've ever heard one.
Yeah.
Before we came back, I said, I'm hungry. And I didn't say it like that. I said, I'm hungry. And you said, I'm hungry. My name's Michael.
Yeah.
Got her.
Classic. Wanted to tell me
She
that.
walked right into that.
She did. Easy layup.
Did I actually mention both of you when I went to the game on Sunday? Salk and I carpooled to both Seahawks and Mariners. We live nearby. We only had like one Mariners parking pass. Easy. So then when we end up leaving the second game, the Mariners game, I was shocked that we got out of there in like 10 minutes. Like we were like back on 99 and I was like, that's crazy. And he was like, I've been planning this drive since the first inning. And I was like, that you sound like Curtis and Bump right now.
Yeah.
Like there's just like a dad energy with like thinking about, like you probably go to places and you're thinking like, all right, how do I get out
Get there
of
by
here?
this time.
Yeah.
Get there by
You guys
this
are
time.
constantly just plotting trips
Then leave room
in your
for error.
head.
Yeah.
Leave room for error.
If
Just so
you fail to
weird.
prepare, you're preparing to fail.
Okay, we're moving on. Coming up at 45, 3 keys to a Seahawks win, and then we're right back to the Mariners with a noon caller segment. Your question, what would you tell this Mariners team if you were in the clubhouse ahead of Game 5? What would you tell the Mariners right now? That's coming up at noon. 866-979-3776 is going to be your call-in number right now. Taking a look around the sports world, and things are not all right with the Eagles despite their 4-2 start. Oh, man, what a game that was last night. Raise your hand if you saw the Giants winning. Not me. Not that way. You did?
I called it yesterday.
Oh, wow. Good for you. I did not call. Now, I have Cam Skubal on my fantasy team.
On the bench.
No. I started him a
Okay.
while ago. I started 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Or once he got the job, I was like, oh, for sure, because they're going to have their rookie quarterback. Like, this is Cam. Did not expect him to get 3 touchdowns.
Hey.
Did not expect Jackson Dart to be playing like he is so far.
Hey, those two are the swaggiest white boys in the league
Did
right now.
you see them butt their heads together?
Swaggy.
I saw someone tweet a video of them, and they said Jackson Dart and Cam Skubal talk to each other like pit bulls.
Those dudes.
just
Could you
them
imagine if they
butting
went to the
heads.
same college?
All right.
It'd be a wrap.
Let's talk about the Eagles. Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley on Monday said they met with A.J. Brown about the team's offense. But when asked about it last night, Brown denied being at the meeting.
I don't recall the meeting.
Oh, okay. The meeting never happened.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Those guys said it did happen.
Oh, you ain't talk to them.
You weren't in the meeting?
I don't recall.
Or you didn't want to?
I don't recall.
My favorite part is the reporter going, okay, yeah, AJ, they said it happened, so were you not there or you just don't remember?
AJ
He's trying
is
so
taking
hard.
it. Like, it's cool for your number one receiver to want the football and to have that diva in him.
Sure.
He's taking it to another level
He's
now.
taking it beyond diva level.
It's getting toxic now. It is affecting the sidelines. It's not, and he's a captain. You know what I mean? You have to conduct yourself as a captain. We understand you want the football. You're not happy there. There's a line that you just can't cross, and it feels like he's got a toe over that line. And next week, if they don't win, who they got next week? They got the Vikings next week. If he don't get the ball next week and they don't win next week,
And you have 3
I
consecutive
think
losses?
he will be officially both feet across the line, pouting on the sideline.
Yeah, we all love a diva, or at least I do. I do not like a toxic person. And at this point, you're kind of hurting everyone else, too. Star right tackle Lane Johnson says the offense has become too predictable.
Yeah, we're not very efficient offensively. We have
times where we have big explosive plays, but not able to capitalize and put it in the end zone. Costly mistakes. I feel like, our run game isn't very efficient right now. We're making it, very hard on all phases for us.
Why is that?
I think when you look at it, maybe we're too predictable. Maybe, I think when you look at some of the stuff we did last year, the production isn't matching the talent. So, collectively, we got to come together and do better. And so, obviously, what we've been doing the first few weeks has been working. And, even the games that we won, it hasn't been as efficient, as we like.
So to recap, Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley on Monday said they met with A.J. Brown, but A.J. Brown after this game says, I was never at a meeting. I don't know what you're talking about. Then, after the game, star right tackle Lane Johnson said the offense has become too predictable. Sounds like things are going downhill fast, so let's get to our last one here. Have things now reached a point of no return with Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown? ESPN Radio's Evan Cohen says yes.
I am at a point where I believe that these two should break up. I'm at that point. If you believe in Howie Roseman, which 99% of the football world does, trade A.J. Brown earlier than later, and you get assets by way of draft picks, you then also have those same assets to use to get someone else. Like if I told you the Eagles made 2 trades before the deadline, involving wide receivers. One trading AJ away, because as CC said, addition by subtraction, and then using some of that value they get to go get someone else.
Would you break up A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts? Would you trade A.J. Brown at the deadline?
Right now, I say no.
Why?
Get closer to the deadline because you still got to give it time to try to work itself out. It's been a bad, 6 weeks to the season to start with, statistically, I guess, for A.J. Brown and for the Eagles. They're, 26th in the league when it comes to running the football, 95 yards per game. But there are ways to get guys going. If you get the run game going, A.J. Brown's going to play better, or he's going to get more opportunities because the play action is going to be there. So I think that has some things to fix. You don't have Becton anymore. What did he go with, the Chargers, I believe Becton went to? There's some change. You don't have your same offensive coordinator. Obviously, Moore's with the Saints. There's change. I think that you give it a couple more weeks. If they lose these next 2 games or it's not looking like you're moving in that direction, then I think it's a serious conversation. But we all know Roseman is probably the best GM in the game right now.
What's the problem in Philly? Is it a predictable offense? Is it A.J. Brown and bad personalities? Because if the problem is, it's just hypothetical, devil's advocate kind of argument here. If the problem in Philly for a 4-2 Eagles team that could certainly and should certainly get back to the playoffs and make a deep run, if the problem for the Eagles is the relationship between Jalen and A.J., wouldn't you want to choose up right now?
It's more than just that.
So what's the problem?
It's not. I don't know. I don't watch enough Eagles games to tell you exactly what it is, but it's never just one thing. It's the offensive line not having the guys that they have. It's the offensive coordinator being new to the game. It's Jalen Hurts not connecting with A.J. Brown when he's butt-naked on a Sunday. It's A.J. Brown not running his routes full speed when he's butt-naked on a Sunday. There are so many things going on over there, but the relationships are important. If they can't get it fixed within the next couple of weeks, then I think you really entertain it.
Remember when Cal Raleigh said he could feel the ground shake during Julio's Game 2 go-ahead double? This is what Cal said, by the way.
I thought I was flying, but I was probably going pretty slow. I was pretty tired, but it was crazy. As I was in third base, you could feel the ground shaking. So it's this crowd, they've been awesome these first 2 games, and like I said, we're hoping to get many more games here. And, the city, sneaky, being all the way up in the Northwest, people don't know about Seattle too much, but, they have really passionate sports fans here, and they really do love the Mariners. So. And the Pacific Northwest Seismic Network is also very interested in measuring this now. They've installed a seismometer? Yeah, sure. At T-Mobile Park, of course, give me a thumbs up. At T-Mobile Park for tonight's Game 5. So at PNSN1 is their Twitter account where they've got it ready to measure it, and they're calling it the Richter Riz.
I like it.
Yeah.
Make that thing shake, but players got to give them a reason to make the ground shake.
Well, yeah. I hope that they measure a little earthquake, though.
Bombs. Let's go.
I hope they measure I was going to say a big earthquake, but then it's dangerous.
I felt the ground.
I hope they measure a responsibly sized earthquake.
I felt the ground move once at Martin Stadium in Pullman, and then once in Alabama against Auburn. I have felt the press box. So I was a reporter in 2012-13 or whatever. The time, though, when I remember the press box moving most at Lumen is not when you would think. It was a regular season win, and it was the win over the Houston Texans
the touchdown to Jimmy Graham.
Mm-hmm.
It's the most random memory I have, but it's like the whole press box was shaking. And I was like, oh, this is what it's like when people lose their minds. But yeah, that's my last memory of like a moment you remember the floor shaking. Time for the IRG Injury Report, brought to you by IRG Physical and Hand Therapy. Brian Wu threw off flat ground for the first time on Thursday. No word yet on whether he'd be available on a possible ACLS roster. Join Seattle Sports live from Victory Hall across the street from T-Mobile Park today from 2 to 4 p.m. for extended pregame coverage of tonight's winner-go-home Game 5. Bob Stelton, Ryan Roland-Smith, and Charlie Furbush will broadcast live until 4 p.m. If you're not heading to the game, find the broadcast on 710, the Seattle Sports app, or on YouTube. Coming up next, we're going to get to your calls at noon, so back to the Mariners then. Quickly, 3 keys to a Seahawks win. Again, coming your way next.
Today, it all comes down to one win-or-go-home showdown at T-Mobile Park.
Listen to the roar of the crowd again. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out.
I would say we believe in each other and we're ready to fight.
It's a win-or-go-home Game 5 against the Tigers at T-Mobile this afternoon. First pitch at 5:08. And there's only one place you can hear the American League West champion Mariners in the playoffs, on Seattle Sports, on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
Welcome to IRG Sports Injury Update. We're with Shannon O'Kelly, physical therapist and president of IRG Physical and Hand Therapy, and our guest, Dr. Jamie Antoine, orthopedic surgeon with Pro Ortho in Kirkland.
Dr. Antoine, how are you?
Doing well, Shannon. How you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. We're going to talk about this syndesmosis, high ankle sprain injury, kind of called a tightrope. Tell us about that injury.
So a high ankle sprain or a syndesmosis injury involves an injury to the ligaments above the level of the ankle joint that connect the two big bones of our leg, the tibia and the fibula, together. Usually that injury is happening when the foot is getting rotated externally or away from the body relative to the leg. And in football players, this typically happens as the foot gets pinned by another player and the player goes down to the ground.
And how do you diagnose it and repair it?
So usually this is diagnosed on exam with pain above the level of the ankle joint and a lot of swelling and pain with weight bearing. So physical examination and then x-rays, including special x-rays, usually called a stress view, or an MRI, can be helpful to diagnose it. If it's an unstable injury, that can require surgery to line the bones up as the bones have been disrupted or separated from one another. And so that's done surgically by lining things up under x-ray. And more recently, we'll tend to fix this with a special suture button and suture device, or a tightrope type of device that can hold the bones together.
Return to play.
So return to play with the more accelerated rehab that we're able to have can now be as short as 8 to 12 weeks, whereas traditionally using screws to hold this together, this was often a 3 to 6 month recovery.
Dr. Antoine, great job. If you want more information regarding sports medicine injuries, you can contact Dr. Antoine at AntoineOrthopedics.com. That's AntoineOrthopedics.com.
With over 40 neighborhood clinics around Washington, IRG has you covered. Let IRG be your family's physical therapist. Find the location nearest you at IRGPT.com. That's IRGPT.com.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Seattle Sports has your chance to win 4 tickets to the Seahawks Monday Night Football game, October 20th. Head to the Seattle Sports app, click the Win tab in the bottom right corner, and enter to win. You can enter once per day, so the more times you enter through the Seattle Sports app, the better your odds. Do it every day, October 7th through October 13th. Details and rules at seattlesports.com/win. From the home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports.
The home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports.
Touchdown!
touchdown, Seahawks! Ken Walker III. Get everything Seahawks at seattlesports.com.
This message is brought to you by Navy Federal Credit Union. As a credit union dedicated to serving all veterans, active duty, and their families, we know that during the holiday season, every little bit counts. That's why for a limited time, you could earn a $250 cash bonus when you spend $2,500 on the Cash Rewards and Cash Rewards Plus cards in the first 90 days. Give joy, get joy. Join now at NavyFederal.org. Navy Federal Credit Union, our members are the mission. Navy Federal is insured by NCUA. Cashback terms and conditions apply. Visit NavyFederal.org/cash rewards for details. Offer ends 1/1/26.
How can you free your team from time-consuming office tasks? Amazon Business. Smart business buying tools enable buyers to find and purchase items fast so they can focus on strategy and growth. Free up your team and focus on your future. Learn more at AmazonBusiness.com.
Let's go! You still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Welcome to Only Murders in the Building,
the official podcast.
Join me, Michael Cyril Creighton, as we go behind the scenes with some of the amazing actors, writers, and crew from Season 5.
The audience should never stop suspecting anything.
How can you not be funny crawling around on a coffin? No, that's true.
Catch Only Murders in the Building official podcast, premiering September 9th wherever you get your podcasts. And watch Only Murders in the Building, streaming on Hulu and Hulu on Disney Plus for bundle subscribers. Terms apply.
Caffeine doesn't have to be bitter or boring anymore. 5-Hour Energy shots are bringing the flavor and the energy. One of my personal favorites, Strawberry Banana. It's giving smoothie vibes in a compact caffeinated shot. Whether you like your energy sour, fruity, or tropical, with 17 flavors, there's something for you. And yeah, it's got as much caffeine as a 12-ounce coffee, but zero sugar and no crash. Big flavor, tiny bottle, tasty caffeine done right. You can grab yours in-store or hit up 5hourenergy.com or order on Amazon today.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Bumpin' Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
253 texted us and said, is there such a thing as being too loud at the Mariners game? No, listen. They said, we had a lady turn around at the game 1, and tell us we ruined the game for her for being too loud. And she said her 85-year-old dad turned around and said we needed to chill out. All this happened before game 2. We will be in the house tonight. I said, first of all, as someone with an 82-year-old stepdad, she needs to chill out. He can't hear anything. Okay. I'm being honest, like, at least in my experience with my own 80-something-year-old parent. Let me tell you, he's chilling. Okay. Yeah. He is chilling. He's thinking about, are we going to get ice cream after this game? He's just vibing. And secondly, you're at a game. No, please continue.
It's the playoffs.
It's the playoffs.
It's the playoffs. People
we are
going into a frenzy. It's a sporting event. The team wants you loud. I respect my elders, so I say this respectfully.
I say it respectfully.
Respectfully. Watch the game at home if that's the way you feel.
You ruined my game.
What?
Stop.
We enhanced the experience. What are you talking about?
Well, I think the lady in front, so not the 85-year-old dad, the lady, his daughter said, you ruined game 1 for being too loud. Shut up.
That's crazy to me.
You need to go home. You're going to get ticketed. I'm going to ticket you for that. Remember when I was ticketing with loser mentalities? I'm ticketing myself from this morning. She gets a ticket for that too.
Yeah, you get a ticket.
Yeah, you get a ticket. You're ticketed. Okay, so coming up in, already less than 15 minutes, what would you tell this Mariners team ahead of Game 5? What would you tell this Mariners team today ahead of Game 5? 866-979-3776. Let's take 12 minutes here to quickly preview 3 keys to a Seahawks win. What's your first key to a Seahawks win on Sunday against the Jags?
The Jags take the football away.
Yeah.
They lead the league in a turnover differential. They got 10 interceptions, 38 passes defended. Their secondary is playing good. Obviously, we talked about Devin Lloyd a couple times now. Take care of the football. Easy one. Or you can say that every single week. Take care of the football and you win the game. But against this team, it's essential because, like I said, their offense doesn't do anything to where I'm like, oh, they're going to be dangerous. Mm-hmm. But when you have a defense that keeps you in the game, that gives you short fields, that's how an offense that looks mediocre to me wins ball games for you. So Don't let those dudes snatch that rock out the air. They're good at
That
it.
is exactly what I said. My first key of the game was don't turn the ball over. And I did the same thing where I was like, look, this is probably the same as saying score more points.
Yeah.
But you mentioned earlier the turnover differential for the Jags at +8, number 1 in the league. They've really been great with interceptions in particular. You mentioned already many times Devin Lloyd leading not just the league, but obviously the Jags there. Also, something to note about the Seahawks turnover differential, the number one thing that's kind of doing them in right now is lost fumbles. They've lost 5 fumbles, which is tied for second. The only team that has lost more fumbles than them, the Jets.
Really?
That's not company you want to keep. You know,
No.
You've made that joke about walking into a party, looking around and going, ooh, I don't need to be here. That's where you are right now when it comes to lost fumbles.
You know how many fumbles they've recovered?
I do, but only because you and Wyman told me.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah.
0.
That's wild.
Absolutely none.
I mean, not counting, like, as in an opponent fumble.
Yeah.
They've recovered their own fumbles, which, by the way, that number of 5 lost fumbles could be higher.
Yeah.
They've also fumbled and recovered their own fumbles. For some reason, it's just kind of done them in at times. Okay, second key to the game.
Second key to the game would be assignment friendly on defense. There were times where our safety clearly has deep halves, but those veteran eyes of Baker Mayfield influence him to fly to the right and leave one of the best receivers in the game right now, a Mecca, one-on-one with a corner on the outside. So it's knowing your personnel. So you must know where Brian Thomas is at all times if you are a safety. And then just doing your job. You don't have to do anything extra. You don't have to be special. Just do your job. Be where you're supposed to be. Because if not, a guy like Trevor Lawrence has the ability to have himself a big game.
Yeah.
He's playing mediocre football right now, completing 60% of his passes, around 1,000 yards passing. He's like 25th or something in that category. He's not doing anything special, but he has the capabilities of having a big game. So assignment-friendly football, be where you are supposed to be.
I said for my third key, and tell me if you agree with this one, because that's a good second key. For my third key, let Sam cook. I said I can't believe I'm saying this right now, but let's talk about it. This Jags defense is fine against the run. They're just outside the top 10. That's totally solid. And the Seahawks are right now the number, where are they? 5 rushing. Excuse me, not 5. They are number 19 rushing offense, but they've had some explosive plays. 31 yards in a run for Ken Walker against the Bucs, right? Like, they can be explosive in the run. They just aren't super consistent. The Jags are 27th against the pass. So I understand the temptation, not just the importance of continuing to establish the run and continuing to be persistent with it. And you've talked about how that does open up those opportunities for JSN. But if ever there was a game where you decide to turn it over to your quarterback and just attack downfield, it's this one against this Jags defense.
Yeah. You said 27, 250 yards they give up per game. I think another one that's, again, we're hitting like the obvious bullet points, but sometimes you just got to hit those bullet points. And another one for me would be they're not a very good team on third down. All right, so allow them to continue to be that team that's not good on third down. But the thing that but concerns me is that Etienne is just a good running back. So if they want to make it a physical game and run the football, if they're patient enough, they can put themselves in favorable third down situations. But for the most part, they're not a very good third down team. If you just offensively make them who they've been all year and defensively kind of alter who they've been all year, you have a shot. The thing that also concerns me is just the travel, man. I know they're good on the road. I understand this. 91 under Mike McDonald. I feel it. I love it. Keep that rolling. But there's something about traveling all the way down to Florida, man. Longest flight they're going to make all year. So that's something to look at, too.
All right. Now's your chance. What would you tell this Mariners team ahead of Game 5? You are calling in. 866-979-3776. 866-979-3776. Quickly, watch high school football live Saturday afternoon for the Seattle Sports Game of the Week, presented by STSPN. Number 21 ranked Bothell Cougars host the Woodinville Falcons live from Pop Key Stadium. I know you were so close to yelling. In Bothell.
Let you live.
Watch the game live Saturday at 1 p.m. exclusively on the Seattle Sports app. SeattleSports.com and Seattle Sports YouTube page for full 2025 matchups. Visit SeattleSports.com/highschool. Okay, what would you tell this Mariners team ahead of Game 5? 866-979-3776. That's next.
It all comes down to one win-or-go-home showdown at T-Mobile Park tonight.
This team is fired up. The fans here at T-Mobile Park are fired up.
Everything's in front of us, and they do fight back, and they do bounce back.
Done it all year. I don't see why anything's going to change.
A lot of resiliency in this club. We believe in each other, and we're ready to fight.
It's Trident's up.
There it is. Strike rate call. He did it.
First pitch at 5:08, and there's only one place you can hear the American League West champion Mariners in the playoffs. Seattle Sports.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
With Progressive's collision coverage, my family gets up to $1,000 for vet bills if I'm injured in a car accident. And that makes this Chihuahua really feel like part of the family. What's that? I don't sound like a Chihuahua? Oh, I'm sorry. What exactly am I supposed to sound like? I guess all Chihuahuas are high-strung, riding around in expensive designer purses. Actually, I prefer riding in cars. So I appreciate that my family protects me with Progressive's pet collision coverage. Okay, maybe I am a little high-strung. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states. Coverage for dogs and cats is included with the purchase of collision coverage and is subject to policy terms.
Hi, I'm Justin Shirley. We offer 0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments for 24 months on new roofs. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF now. State Roofing and Exteriors. Held to a higher standard since 1968.
Dave Wyman here, and after 20 years of living in our home, our window seals started breaking. That's when I called Harley Exteriors. They're huge fans of our teams and regular listeners at the station, but what really sold me was their Olympic Series windows, built right here in Washington, designed for Pacific Northwest homes and climate. That means cooler in the summer, warmer in the winter. They're beautiful windows that last up to 60 years, and they'll help with noise, too. Harley Exteriors knows you've been spending a ton on playoff tickets, so they have a special deal for Seattle sports listeners. No interest and no payments for an entire year. Also, buy one window and get the second one 40% off. And take another $200 off your entire project. They're the friendliest team and so easy to work with. You call the number and the person on the other line asks, "How can I make you smile today?" Just give them a ring and tell them you heard our ad. Call 833-HARLEY. That's 833-HARLEY, or go to harleyexteriors.com.
Start having fun. Caesar Sportsbook at Muckleshoot Casino Resort is your #1 place to eat, drink, watch, and have fun. Keep up with your favorite sports anywhere and everywhere on property with the mobile app. Visit MuckleshootCasino.com today. Scan the QR code and let the play begin.
Muckleshoot. If you've been in a wreck or a fender bender,
You have the right to take your vehicle to any repair facility, not just where your insurance company tells you to go. Accurate Auto Body has been family owned and operated since 1994, and they work for you, not your insurance company. With over 25 years of auto repair work, they'll exceed your expectations.
we meet by accident, fixing every last bit. Accurate Auto Body.
At Accurate Auto Body, all their work is performed by certified technicians, only using OEM parts to guarantee the safety of you and your family. For the best in auto body collision repair and customer service, give them a call at 425-883-2450 or AccurateAutoBodyWA.com. Your insurance company may not love them, but you will, because
We meet by accident, fixing every last bit. Accurate Auto Body.
If you use the SR-167 Express toll lanes after October 20th without a Good-to-Go account, you'll receive a bill in the mail. That is a change. A Good-to-Go pass saves $2 on every toll. That is not a change. Learn more at goodtogo167.com.
The LJ way is.
You look at stuff like this and it's like, I don't want to come into an industry and work on a place that is going to compromise how I feel about myself. I get to go to work every day with good people, and I get to enjoy what I do because I'm out there just trying to do right by people I care about, which is our community. We're going to see them at the grocery store. I'm going to see them at the sports tournaments. Two friends of our daughters came in last night just on the lot, didn't know I was there. And it was cool because you got to take them through, and they're going to buy a car for their first driver and a car for their kid going to school soon. These are the people that you're going to work with. And so you better make sure that your laundry's clean. I don't think Lee Johnson specifically, right, Speedway Chevrolet, where I'm at, I don't think they've ever had a problem with the community of being able to stand up and look them in the eye and know that they did their job well.
The LJ way is the Lee Johnson Auto family.
Baseball's postseason is here. Seattle Sports Playoff coverage is presented by Honey Bucket, 710 KIRO AM Seattle and KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Seattle Sports Snapshot.
It's a massive Friday here in Seattle. The Mariners are taking on the Tigers at 5:08 p.m. for a winner-take-all Game 5 in the ALDS. Extended pregame coverage begins at 2 p.m. live from Hatback and live on Seattle Sports.
Snapshot, brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time. From the Quantum Fiber Studio,
this is Bump and Stacy
on Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app and at seattlesports.com.
Now, here are your hosts, Michael Bumpus and Stacy Ross.
Here we go now. It is a pivotal winner-take-all Game 5 ALDS here in Seattle. Mariners, Tigers, 5:08 p.m. First pitch, Tarik Skubal, Detroit's ace, on the mound against George Kirby, and then TBD what Dan Wilson's going to do behind him. Are we going to see Luis Castillo? Or what kind of shuffling are we going to see in the bullpen? And our Seattle's biggest stars, Cal Raleigh, Julio Rodriguez, going to step up in Game 5. This is massive, absolutely massive. So what would you tell this Mariners team today, right now, ahead of this Game 5? 866-979-3776. What would you tell them? Call now. Let's go to Dylan. Dylan, what would you tell this Mariners team right now?
I'd say let's go, man. Let's take it to Skubal. Be aggressive. Don't let them get ahead of the count. And let's leave Canzone in there and put a Garver on the shelf. I know it's left on right, but I have way more trust in Canzone.
Thanks for the call, Dylan. Part of Dylan is just turning specifically to Dan, going, Dan, eyes right here. 1, 2, 3, eyes on me. Do not take Dom out of this lineup. I think we're probably going to see.
Yeah, man.
I would imagine we see Garver. But then does maybe like a pinch hit put Dom in after, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, if it all depends on how long. What's his name? Scoobs goes, right? The Scoobs.
Ricky Scoobs.
Ricky Scoobs.
Ricky Scoobs.
Yeah, any opportunity to put Dom in, I'm all for it.
That was the one thing. Again, 866-979-3776. Call right now. What would you tell this Mariners team right now? And honestly, I'm going to let you know, you're being given a mic right now to say it live on air to a radio station that, like, they do have the ability to listen to. So quite literally, you do have a chance to tell the Mariners.
You could literally be talking to them.
You could literally be talking to them right now. What do you want to say to them ahead of Game 5? 866-979-3776 before we get to our next caller here. Oh my God, I'm totally blanking on what I was going to say. How dumb do I sound? It was relevant.
I believe you.
Thank you. I was trying to get people hyped for this one, and then I lost my thoughts completely. Okay, now I remember. I left Game 4 questioning, like, should Miller have been pulled sooner? Should you have gone Bizzardo and then Spire, or maybe thrown Kirby in there? Like, what managerial decisions should have been done differently? And then after all of it, like 24 hours after that, I think what sat most with me was the decision to pinch hit Raley for Dom. Mm-hmm. Like, out of all of it, like, despite all the pitching conversations that we were having.
Wasn't it Garver? Garver was first, right? And then Raley came in.
I think it was Raley. I think
it was Garver first.
Oh, okay. Well, Garver. Oh, yeah. Garver, and then he drew a walk. But, like, I just did not love taking Dom out of that game.
Me either. That's your gut was wrong. You know, he goes with his gut.
Or you're like, I get it, but, like, Dom, he already had an RBI single. So, like, what are we doing, man?
Yes, let him play.
I understand. Let him live. 866-979-3776. Let's go to Eric calling from Oregon. Eric, what would you tell this Mariners team right now ahead of Game 5?
All right, boys, let's gather around. All right, right here in the middle here. Let me ask you a question. How many times
has Tarik Skubal beat you this year? How many times?
None.
I'll tell you right now, it's 0. He's never beat you.
None, Coach.
He's never beat you. He's more like Cy Young, more like Cy Trump when he faces this line.
I know that's right, Coach.
All right, let me ask you another question. Let's go. How many times have these Seattle Mariners lost a winner-take-all game? Never. We've never lost a winner-take-all game. We got this, boys. One more thing. A couple months ago, Ichiro was here. He was on the field. You guys were all on that top row listening to him. What did he tell you? He said, seize the moment. This is that moment, boys. This is what we played 162 for. This is why we won the division. This is why we got home field for Game 5 of the ALDS, so that we can come out here and seize the moment and win this whole thing. Let's go, boys. It all starts tonight. We're getting this win. We're doing it to them. Let's go.
I know that's right, Coach Eric. Thank you. Coach Eric said another thing. I like the call and response I appreciate that from a coach.
Yeah.
Gather in, boys.
Hey, come here. Hey, take a knee.
Side
Take a
chump. Side chump. Tarik Skubal's so good. He's so good. Eric getting us hyped up for this one. Let's go. 866-979-3776. Let's go to Terrell calling from the 206. What would you tell this Mariners team right now ahead of Game 5?
Man, it's now or never. Y'all better realize right now that it's now or never. Let's go.
I like it.
Baby, let's go.
Thanks, Terrell.
Straight to the point.
Yeah.
Terrell's like, look, hey, y'all know what it is.
He said, I got to get to the beer garden in 2 seconds. I got 30 seconds with you guys right now. This is my message for you. Now or never. Let's go.
Now or never. Let's get it.
Let's do it. What would you tell this Mariners team right now ahead of Game 5? Need I remind you, you are being broadcasted over the airwaves. Please keep it radio friendly, as everyone has, but also that this is something that people are hearing. What message would you give this team? 866-979-3776. Let's go to Dawn calling from Bremerton. Dawn, what would you tell this Mariners team?
Hello. Well, I'm going to be at the game today, so I'm going to be yelling and screaming like crazy anyway. But what we used to yell and say in the dugout when we had some championship softball team we played for years and years. But we come in and we say, okay, guys, you win the inning. You win the inning. And, I mean, you don't have to score more points, but if they, happen to get 2 hits or whatever, you get 3 hits. You try to. It would just, if you win enough innings, you're winning the game. So that was our chant: win the inning every time.
Thanks, Don. Don saying, look, I have overseen some championship teams here for softball, and win the inning.
And win the inning.
The inning.
I like that. Win the inning.
Get more hits. Get an extra strikeout. Commit fewer errors.
How about none?
Get a run when they don't. So yeah,
right.
How about no errors? That would be ideal. Ideally, commit no errors. 866-979-3776. You have a 5:08 first pitch. This is maybe the most monumental game I've seen in my adult life.
I have to read this one. 360. Sons of Mariners of Seattle, my brothers, I see in your eyes the same fear that would take the heart of me. A day may come when the courage of men fails, when we forsake our friends and break all bounds of fellowship. But it's not this day. An hour of wolves and shattered shields, when the age of men comes crashing down. But it's not this day. This day we fight by all that you hold dear in this good earth. I bid you stand, men of the West.
Coach Aragorn in here. Let's go to Sean calling from LA. Sean, what would you tell this Mariners team ahead of Game 5?
Yeah, hey, thanks, guys. Well, the number one thing, I would just look them all in the eye and say, no matter what, thank you. Thank you for playoff baseball. Thank you for the stress. Thank you for helping me feel proud to wear my Mariners gear in Dodger country. It has been so intense, and there's a lot of crazy stuff going on in the world. And I know baseball is not crazy important, but, man, what a relief to just have 3 hours to care about my team and not think about all the other crazy stuff going on. So I just say go get them and have fun.
Thanks for the call, Sean. I was actually wondering if someone would call in like Sean and say, like, yeah, mostly I just want to say, like, I really appreciate this, right? And that doesn't mean that this is over. You're not eulogizing the season, but what you're saying is, if I had one chance to talk to this team, I think what I'd say is like, this has been really fun. I hope we keep it going.
I get that.
I'm with Sean on this.
But in this moment, you're talking to him right now, Sean. I feel you, Sean. I appreciate the Mariners too. But right now, we're talking before the game. You're not going to go to the teams before the game and say, hey, guys, just want to say thanks.
I think I would.
No.
But
I'm
that's
trying to get
just
them ready to
the kind
play.
of person I'm a
Sean, I love you.
I guarantee you.
Appreciate you.
My mom would step into that clubhouse and say, I want everyone, is everyone wearing socks, first of all? She freaks out when people aren't wearing socks. She worries that everyone is cold or that their feet are cold all the time. Secondly, she would say, has everyone eaten today? And thirdly, do you want some meatballs? I'll go make meatballs right now.
Oh,
and the
man.
third thing she'd say is, thank you so much for giving us fun baseball to watch. This has been so amazing for me and my family. I think that is some sentiment people would have.
I
really
think that's
do.
the right message before the game.
I do.
Before the game.
Yeah, but it's about.
You're trying to win.
Yeah, but if you get one shot to talk to a team before the game and you get to say one thing, you can fire them up. A lot of people are ready to fire them up. I see a lot of coaches on this. I see a lot of skips on the text or on the caller line right now that we're going to get to.
I appreciate that, Sean. I'm trying to get these boys fired up, though.
Okay, well, let's go to Mark on line 3. Mark, what would you tell this Mariners team ahead of Game 5?
I wouldn't tell them one thing. I'd tell them two. First, do not let this moment be too big. Second, be who you've been. You've been with the highs, you've been with the lows, but look at where you are now. Do not let this moment be too big.
Thanks for the call, Mark. Be who you've been, and don't let the moment be bigger than you.
Yeah, I like that, Mark.
I like it, too, because I think that's one thing that I worry about a lot of things, but one thing I wondered, heading into all of this, right? I don't feel it as much now, but certainly heading into Game 1 is like, yeah, these guys have some playoff experience from 2022, and then guys that have been on other teams obviously have their own postseason experience. But for me, and I mentioned this like 2 minutes ago, it's the biggest, most monumental game I've experienced in my adult life at all. So it's natural to wonder, is that how these guys feel? Is that how the team feels? I don't know. I'm wondering. And I like the messaging of like, don't even think about it. Why shouldn't you be here?
You're here. You're here for a reason, right? This wasn't an accident. Y'all got here. Let's go.
Can you imagine? Oh, my God, we let the Mariners into the playoffs. Ah, sorry. I don't know how that happened.
Actually, guys.
Let's go to Chase in Tacoma. Chase, what would you tell this Mariners team ahead of Game 5?
Just one thing. You got a fire in your gut?
Who took the bus here?
I want men with fire. I want men who got a fire in their gut. Men who take the bus to practice.
I know that's right, Chase. Thank you, Chase.
Yeah, no, for real though. Hey,
yeah.
It's now or never, baby. It's now or never.
There you go.
Yeah.
Chase said, one thing I want to know. Who took the bus here? You got a fire in your
drove
gut?
over here? Quick, let me see your hands. Who took the bus? Did you have fire in your gut? Did you? We're here for a reason. Don't get that twisted, okay? We're here for a reason to win games. So if you didn't have that fire in your gut, you better light the fire pretty fast. Be who you are. Just understand, I'm looking for killers.
You know, under the right context, I'm kind of fired up. I got to be honest. But that was at the start of like mini camp, and I don't think that's going to get the boys rallied.
It's the way
And he said it without music. The music is what kind of enhances it. Imagine him just standing there without music. I'm sitting there looking at Coach like, I see what you're trying to do, Coach.
Coach, it's Tuesday at 8 a.m. Do you have a fire in your gut? What? You some Prilosec? What are we talking about here? Let's go to Casey in Vancouver. Casey, what would you tell the Mariners right now ahead of Game 5?
You know, I would talk about family. You know, since I became a dad, it's changed my perspective on a lot of things, and it really changed my perspective on how I view sports. And I'm just really proud to be a Mariners fan and have my kids watch, you know, my 6-year-old watch, my 3-year-old watch with me this year, and have such good examples to look up to. And, guys, the job's not done yet. You know, we've made it this far. We got to keep pushing. But I would just tell you, you know, for some of you new dads out there, Nails, I'm looking at you. You know, you only got one chance to to make your legacy here, and just don't leave that opportunity on the table. Make a legacy, make it something that your kids will be proud of you for the rest of their lives and yours.
I like it. Casey also, I feel like his natural speech kind of lends itself to something initially, Bump, that you were like, thank you, Casey, something initially that you were like, you got to fire people up. But listen, what if you heard someone say, look, I'm a father, and you have given me memories this year that I've shared with my kids that I will treasure forever. Let's go make the biggest one right now.
That's more better. That's more better than, thanks, guys.
Okay, well.
It's like the scene's over. Thanks, guys. Really appreciate
me.
you. I'm
Like I
nah,
said, I
hey,
don't
we
got
not
that dog
done.
in me.
We not done. We got some work to do.
No, I'm my mom. We're going in there going, is everyone okay? Like, are you, you guys sweaty? Is anyone sweating?
I will tell you this. What was his name, Casey? Who was the caller? Yeah. He did remind me of something. I was taking my son to practice the other day, and I go, hey, you been keeping up with the Mariners? He goes, yeah, kind of. I go, no, you need to keep up with them. I go, you don't realize you're 15 years old. They've been to the playoffs twice in your lifetime. There are people who have never seen this before. Like, you need to pay attention to what's going on.
Yeah. Well, sorry, what does your son sound like?
I don't know how to do it.
No, not really.
No, not really.
Dad.
As he's staring at his phone.
He's going to be so mad.
He doesn't listen to radio.
Over it, you're like, you don't get it.
He doesn't listen. I can talk all I want about him. He don't hear nothing.
Kevin calling from Everson. What would you tell the Mariners ahead of Game 5 right now?
I would say to J.P. Crawford that the Lord has ordained we will be shouting his name from the rafters of T-Mobile Park for years to come. And to every single fan there, good vibes only till the last out, and they better not stop shouting until then. So keep it going. Let's go, Mariners. Win, dance, advance, and see us rise, and Soto Mojo and all the others we got.
Thanks,
Took
Kevin.
us to church.
You sure did.
Mariners, you will rise to the top.
Please pick up the good book. Let's go to Brian in Seattle. I got 2 open lines now, 866-979-3776. Brian, what would you tell this Mariners team right now ahead of Game 5?
Hey, just take it one inning at a time and tame the Tigers.
Tame the Tigers. Thanks, Brian. Brian said, I'm chill. My pulse is even. He's got that serial killer pulse. Remember when Mike Tomlin said that about his kicker? He's a serial killer. Brian, they turned to Brian. Brian's just in the corner of the clubhouse. How'd he get here? Brian's just looking at him. Tame the Tigers.
Tame. Hey, guys. You ever tame a tiger?
God, Brian, you scared us.
You will today.
We're like, dang, Brian's right, man. How is he so calm? So calm. He's got that killer mentality is what it is. He's ready for it. All right. Thank you for the call, Brian. Let's go to Lena calling from Bonnie Lake. Lena, what would you tell the Mariners right now ahead of Game 5?
I would tell the Mariners, you did what you needed to do to get here. You split at home. You split on the road. So now all we need to do is go out there and do our jobs. We know what to do. It's not a big deal. Relax and win this game.
Thanks for the call, Lena. Bump, you've gone into some pretty big games. How often did you need to remind yourself, if at all, maybe you didn't, or did people on the team or did a coach need to remind you guys, like, don't overthink this?
I don't know, not much. It's more just I remember my high school coach, Coach Salter. I think that's where I probably was influenced the most, because once you get to college and the NFL, it's like, if you ain't ready, it's on you, right? But my coach used to tell us, or one time he told us, we were playing this team that we've never beaten before, and he just told us, like, men, you're ready. You're ready. And he might have been lying to us. You know, the week might not have been as great, but in that moment, he knew we needed that reassurance that we were ready to go, and we believed him. So never really had to. I was more like a self-motivated type of person.
Yeah. 866-979-3776. What would you tell this Mariners team right now going into Game 5? Call now. I'm going to get to the rest of our callers in just a second. One more follow-up question for you. We had earlier a conversation about the crowd being in it versus the crowd being taken out of it. Cody of The Athletic, who covers the Tigers, joined us, and Stavenhagen, and said, yeah, there was a moment in Game 4 where the crowd's completely out of it. You can hear them leave it, and I wonder if the players did. As a player, did you ever hear your home crowd get taken out, and did you
Oh, yeah.
Did you care? Did it affect you? Did you, like, hear it and think about it?
It didn't affect me, but I definitely, when
teammates
when you're getting
sometimes?
smacked,
Yeah.
my last home game in Pullman, we got smacked Oregon State got us, and it was quiet in that piece.
Okay, did you ever, in a close game, feel like a crowd being in it, a home crowd being in it, actually gave you juice?
Oh, yeah, for sure. You get hype. SC, we almost beat them. They're like number 3 in the country. We lost by like 6 points or something like that. Your boy had a hell of a game. And it's like you always get your second or third win when you play, but it's like you get your second or third win a lot quicker when the crowd is just gassing you up. It's like you don't get tired. You're not sweating. It's like you can't even feel your feet. You're just flying out there.
Yeah. Someone said, good God, Stacy, we're kicking butt, radio edit, not kissing babies. Look, you guys know who I am, okay? I'm a soft person, okay?
She just wants to make sure everyone's okay.
I just want everyone to have fun. Let's go to Chris, line 6. What would you tell this Mariners team ahead of Game 5, Chris?
You know, I love the rah-rah speeches, but I go tactical here. I look at these guys who are pros. They know what they're doing, ice in their veins. I would be tactical, though. I'd say you got to get Skubal to 60 or 70 pitches by the 4th inning. We get into that bullpen, we win. And then I'd look them in the eye and I'd say, go Cougs!
Chris, how dare you? Hang up on Chris right now.
I love it. I like the tactical. Like, these guys are pros.
Yeah, watch out for that changeup. What did Ryan say with this yesterday? I wrote it down. He said, get him away from owning the inner half of the plate.
Mm-hmm.
Get him away from owning the inner half of the plate. And then on the other side for Kirby, if you can match him, you feel pretty confident about what your team outside of Skubal can do. Skubal's the best they have. He's amazing. He's also the best they have. You're a better team.
Yeah.
You are.
Match him. You can match him.
Yeah.
Kirby's
punch
good at
for
home,
punch.
man. Kirby is good at home.
Punch for punch, you've got the better counter punch. You do.
Yep.
Just get to it. 866-979-3776. Let's go to George calling from Olympia. What would you tell the Mariners ahead of Game 5?
Battle at every at-bat. Don't be afraid to take a walk. A walk is a win.
So just continue to just press through.
Smart.
Or don't press. Battle every at-bat. Thanks for the call, George.
Get into their bullpen, yeah, we win.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. Let's go to, now am I reading this right? Nick is calling from Michigan. Nick, what would you tell this Mariners team all the way from Michigan?
I would tell them, remember 95 is where I'd start, because it kind of feels like that. Born and raised out there in Seattle, lived in Michigan for 20 years. And also, please win so I can show up to work and brag on Monday.
I was going to ask what it's like with a bunch of Tigers fans out there. What's the vibe from them, Nick? Are they bragging about it, surprised?
It's interesting because they're nervous, but they keep saying Skubal's on the mound. I keep repeating to them. Skubal hasn't pitched very well against us, and he hasn't beat us this year at all. So we'll see what happens. I think it's going to be a great game. I'm looking forward to it.
Thanks for the call, Nick. Look, guys, we need Nick to not just get to work safely, but to roll in there with confidence.
Yeah.
To roll in there, take off his coat with that Mariners jersey on, look around the room and say, yeah, that hurt, didn't it? Didn't it?
You feel that?
Yeah.
That's a loss.
You feel that? Do you hear that? Yeah, that's your season ending. Nick, don't.
Respectfully.
With respect, with grace, with love and light. Gail calling from Edmonds. Gail, what would you tell this Mariners team right now ahead of Game 5?
Hi. I think I would tell them, I would ask them, I bet you have all dreamt of big moments like this. So let's go out and make that dream come true, and let's go kick some butt. Go Mariners.
Love it, Gail. Thank you. And she's right? It's a moment you dream about, and you probably realize in the moment, like, didn't Dan Campbell ahead, I swear to God, this was a storyline. Tell me if you remember this.
Mm-hmm.
This was ahead of one of the playoff games last year, and he's talking to his Lions players, and I'm paraphrasing, but he's basically saying, you have no idea if you'll be back here again. You have no idea what's going to happen to any of us. You can't look past the moment. You can't let it be bigger than you. And you have to truly, for every second you're out there playing, realize where you are and what's happening. Because that is part of your dream,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Yeah. You dreamt of moments like this as a kid.
Yeah.
Right?
Crowd goes wild. How many of us have done that when we were little?
You get to live your dream today, boys. Come on.
Let's see. Let's go one caller, and then we will come back to callers. Curtis is on with a caller right now. Yeah, so we're going to go to one more caller, but we've got so many people that have been patient and waiting, so I think we're going to come back from break after this next one, and then anyone still hanging on, we're going to try to get through everyone here. So let's go to Oscar calling from Sumner. Oscar, what would you tell this Mariners team right now ahead of Game 5? Oscar?
Yeah, hey. Yeah, hi. Sorry, you got me there.
We got you.
Yeah,
we got you.
A big fan of the show, guys. Thanks so much. I would just say I was watching a video scrolling on Instagram, and it might sound unrelatable here, but it was one of the videos of Cristiano Ronaldo pulling his player from the bench because he was injured in a penalty shootout, and he's like, hey, come take this kick, and the player was nervous. He didn't want to do it, and Ronaldo said something that was just, hey, who cares if we lose? So be it. Get out there, show personality. Put it all on the line, and that's how I feel right now. If we lose, it sucks, so be it. But Mariners, get out there, show personality. Let's leave it all on the line. Let's go Hams.
Thanks for the call, Oscar. Okay, if you are on the line right now, do not hang up. Stay in line. We are going to come back with callers, and then we're going to take a look around the NFL coming up at 12:45. Don't go anywhere.
Today, it all comes down to one win-or-go-home showdown at T-Mobile Park.
Listen to the roar of the crowd again. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out.
I would say we believe in each other and we're ready to fight.
It's a win-or-go-home Game 5 against the Tigers at T-Mobile this afternoon. First pitch at 5:08. And there's only one place you can hear the American League West champion Mariners in the playoffs. On Seattle Sports. On 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
Everyone wants to get the best deal they can when they buy a car. What about when you want to sell your car, though? Of course, you want to get the most money possible, but how can you get the most you can without trying to sell it yourself? Stacy Rost here, and that's where my friends at Wayscar Ford in Auburn step in. Not only will they buy your car today, but that's just the beginning. Once they resell your old car, they send you another check for 50% of the profit of the sale of your old car. They've already given back over $800,000 to their customers. You can go to the website to see pictures of giant checks for yourself. It's such a great offer, and I know exactly what you're wondering right now. How are they able to do it? It's not a consignment because you get paid for your car right away. Wayscar Ford pays you right up front. They buy your car for fair market value. No more insurance, no more maintenance, no more storage, no more headaches. Then they pay you half the profit when they resell your car. It's just that simple. Get the most money possible for your old car at Wayscar Ford Isuzu in Auburn and let them do the work. WayscarFord.com. That's WayscarFord.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Annie's first oil change wasn't as hard as she thought because she went to AutoZone, where a friendly AutoZoner helped her find the right oil and save on an oil filter. He explained the job and showed her free how-tos on AutoZone.com. When she was done, AutoZone recycled her old oil for free. No hassles, just help. Everything you need, nothing you don't.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with a Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
Change is always happening. It's part of life. And when it comes to music, change is all around us. Songs are rewritten, classics are remixed, bands and artists come and go. Even our taste in music changes. Here at Xfinity, we know there's still good in keeping some things the same. That's why we want to do our part with a 5-year price guarantee on our internet. It means no matter what changes, you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment included for a price that stays exactly the same. Surprised? Life is full of them. One internet price, 5 years, guaranteed. Learn more at xfinity.com/deals. Restrictions apply. New residential customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024.
Luxury has arrived at Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel. It's Mike Salk here. You can book now for an unforgettable experience. Let's talk about Hawks Peak. It is the place to be for game days this football season. With over 66 TVs, indoor-outdoor concept, the deck is covered and it's heated as well. And the food, oh man, it was excellent. All with breathtaking views of the Cascades and the Snoqualmie Valley. Yep, you can go to snocasino.com. Seattle's closest is now Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel.
Your home for baseball's postseason and your American League West champion Mariners. Seattle Sports.
Now is your time to get into a new D.R. Horton home by taking advantage of its National Red Tag Sales event going on right now through October 19th. Stop by any of its participating communities and find select Red Tag homes at incredible pricing. So whether you're buying your first home or looking for an upgrade, you don't want to miss the Red Tag Sales event going on right now. Discover the D.R. Horton difference at drhorton.com. D.R. Horton, America's builder and equal housing opportunity builder.
Fall rains can expose hidden roof problems, and once water gets in, the damage only gets worse. Is your roof ready for the season? Hi, Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. At State Roofing and Exteriors, we repair and replace roofs with a quality you've trusted for decades. And yes, we also provide siding, windows, decks, and gutters to keep your entire home protected. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com today to schedule a free estimate. State Roofing and Exteriors, held to a higher standard since 1968.
Hey Mariner fans, Rick Riz here. Fall is here, and it's the perfect season to power up with Steel. Made for America and trusted by the pros. Steel is the preferred handheld outdoor power equipment provider of the Seattle Mariners. From the ballpark to your backyard, Steel's battery-powered tools deliver the performance you need. Want a discount on your next online purchase? Just text the word Mariners to 26931 to receive a special offer. Text Mariners to 26931. Visit your local Steel dealer or go to steelusa.com.
Yay to Bruce, the streaming king.
With quantum fiber internet, he's gonna binge.
He wants more, he's got to have more.
More bedtime true crime.
More podcasts in the shower.
Quantum fiber Wi-Fi has the power. More.
Fast internet speed. He's got the geeks to go big. Bring him the games.
Right now.
And his royal we.
More sports non-stop. His quantum fiber's on top. Yay to you.
Switch today at quantumfiber.com. Limited availability, service, and speed in select locations only.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Bumpin' Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
I was waiting for you guys during the break. Brady and Curtis.
He doesn't go in right away.
You have to wait for the drum kit to come in.
Okay, we'll wait.
Mom spaghetti.
Mom and Arnie show ready. Mom spaghetti.
Calm and ready to drop bombs.
But he keeps on forgetting what he wrote down. The whole crowd grows so loud. He opens his mouth, but the words won't come out. Time's up.
Time's up.
But the beat goes on.
I'm choosing my eyes. Oh, God. What would you tell
Mackay Pfeiffer.
And bet someone's paying the Pied Piper.
Stop it. Oh, I'm crying. What would you tell the Mariners?
Snaps.
What would you tell them ahead of Game 5? Sammy and Everett, what would you tell the Mariners ahead of Game 5?
Hey guys, so my little Game 5 little speech would be about a happy place. I was playing in, like exhibition league, and I was kind of struggling at the plate. And I was in the batting cage one day, and I kind of came to my happy place, and it was back in high school and junior high when I was playing ball. And my best friend and I, putter, we would go out in the backyard, and we'd pitch to each other every day. And I seriously thought of that. I don't know how I thought of that at that moment, but I went into the game and I was like, oh, it's just like putter and I in the backyard in the summer. And I went and I banged two balls off the wall for doubles that day. And ever since then, I just try to relax up there and try to just have fun up there, because if you don't, you won't see tomorrow. And we want you to we want to be playing on Sunday. So go get it. And in the words of Tom Brady, let's go.
Thank you for the radio edit. Sammy from Everett says, find your happy place. A couple people have said, a song from Detroit? Yeah, because I'm not scared. You know what? Taking your series and I'm taking your song. And what?
And what?
Plus, also, that was the funniest thing I've ever
That
heard.
was beautiful.
I really did have tears in my eyes. Let's go to Colin in Seattle. Colin, what would you tell the Mariners ahead of Game 5?
Hey, I'd tell these guys, hey, remember why you play this game. Your love of baseball, the pride of Seattle, the brotherhood you built in that clubhouse this year. Out there on the field, you guys are warriors. Represent every fan in this city who believes in you, every teammate who's had your back, and every moment that's brought you to this chance. Play with passion, play with courage, and let's do this damn thing.
Yeah.
Thanks for a call, Colin. The bump was like, I'm feeling that one.
Let's do it.
Feeling that one. All right. Let's go to Keegan calling from Puyallup. What would you tell this Mariners team?
Hey, thanks for taking my call. I just want to piggyback off of a guy from earlier who had some thank yous, and I have some of my own. Thank you to this team for such an incredible season and the memories thus far. Thank you for the massive Cal Raleigh season. Thank you for a few incredible months of Josh Naylor on this team, with hopefully more to come in the future. On a bit more of a personal note, thank you to Eugenio Suarez. When he was here last, he was my dad's favorite player who has since passed away. Shout out to EWG. But I've just been so grateful to have Gino back, and it's been a fun ride, and hopefully he can stick around too. Now, with that being said, I want our guys to grab their bats, square up to the plate against the best pitcher in baseball, and send that mother ball to the moon. Go in.
Thanks for the call, Keegan. I was like, wow, this is really beautiful. I'm like very touched. And then Keegan said, now let's ride.
All right, now.
Let's get real.
Let's get hype. Do it for Pops,
Thank
man.
you for the self-editing, Keegan. My heart started racing. Let's see. Let's go to Adam calling from Centralia. What would you tell this Mariners team ahead of Game 5?
Tonight, you're going to Kirby Detroit's Louisiana. Let's get it done. Make it happen. Let's go!
Thanks, Adam. We heard Adam hang up, too. He said, and I'm done.
Hey.
And that's all I had
You know
to
what? There's
say.
nothing like an old school phone where you can really hang it up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I miss that.
The power of hanging up. It used to be something special.
It was.
You just can't. Now you got to and then you're like looking and maybe the
index
screen's
finger that
away.
thing.
Like, hang on one sec. You know, the worst too is when you try to hang up and then you can't, it's disappeared. So now you got to open up the call app again. And you're like, now I'm just on the line with them.
You know what I hate too when you hang up with somebody and no one hangs up. They're waiting for the other person to hang up. Yeah.
Adam did that with power.
He did.
He sent a message because Seattle's about to
Message
hang
received.
up on
Received.
Detroit right now. Let's go to Kevin calling from Everson. Kevin, what do you need what do you need to tell the Mariners?
Tracy Tripp!
I'm bringing Felix in, and I'm saying, speaking from experience as a former Cy Young Award winner who lost a ton of games, 1-0, 2-1, no matter who's on the bump, there's absolutely no reason you can't go out and blank these guys and shut down their ace. Julio hits a grand salami tonight. Mariners win 5-0. Let's go.
Ooh.
Let's get it.
I like Kevin fitting in that bold take for a bold take Friday, too.
Grand salami.
Grand salami. Wait, did Kevin say who was going to hit it? He said Julio?
He said Julio.
Grand salami. Do you know what this place will be like? No, listen to me.
It'd fall apart.
I need you to put
From all the
yourself there.
jumping.
If it's late, so at this point it would be 1-0, assuming a grand salami makes it 5-0. It's late.
Mm-hmm.
Bottom of the ninth.
It's just a little crispy
Bases
outside. A little
loaded.
crispy. It's a little like.
Well, it wouldn't be bottom of the ninth, one up. Bottom of the eighth. Bases loaded. And then a grand slam. I think you're gonna be able to feel the ground shaking well outside of T-Mobile.
Yeah.
People will lose their minds.
They would. Suggestion: T-Mobile put TVs outside of the ballpark.
Ooh, yeah, I really love that idea.
Yeah, put TVs outside.
More TVs everywhere, I've always said.
Yeah.
Let's go to Kathleen in Bellevue. Kathleen, you're our last caller. What would you tell this Mariners team ahead of Game 5?
Refuse to lose.
Thanks for the call, Kathleen. Kathleen
Bar. She
keeps it
said,
simple.
"Look, she walks in, refuse to lose, and then dips."
She
That's
said,
it.
"Been here, done that. Refuse to lose.
Refuse to lose."
Motto once and motto always. Because let me tell you what, it works. I regret playing a Detroit artist to come in here?
No.
Considering the bars that were fumbled by Brady, it was amazing.
Well, if
That's
we're gonna
what I
play
needed.
a pump-up song from a Seattle artist, it's just gonna be like Macklemore.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
Come back.
Yeah,
No,
one of those.
listen. what I needed to start, like, to head into the rest of my day here, now hours away from the start of this game with how nervous I am, was the three of you rapping together for that song to get everyone hyped up for this game. So we are going to jump to take a look around the NFL. We will be getting back to baseball. ESPN's David Shonfield, who's a Mariners fan. I wonder if he's nervous too. He's going to join us at 1. Before we do, let's all four of us take a final stab here and try to make a score prediction for tonight's game, beginning with Bump.
5-2. Good guys.
5-2.
5-2. Good guys.
Okay. Curtis.
I'll say 4-3 Mariners.
That's more runs than I expected. Brady.
I'm going to go 6-3 Mariners.
Wow.
We're going to hit some homers today.
Am I wrong?
Hopefully.
2.
What if she has like
2-1 Mariners.
2-1. You really want to be stressed out. You're already stressed out.
I told you they could add on 8 runs by the second, and I'm texting you guys going, if they blow this.
Don't even put that energy out there.
It doesn't matter. I'm a nervous person. I'm a nervous person with a lot of anxiety. Everything makes me nervous. It's the reason that I change lanes miles before I need to exit. Okay? This is a lot. This day is. You've seen me
3
drive.
miles. Let's get to the right.
When we both would leave VMAC and then drive to Cairo, you would beat me there every single time because I refused to change my lane because eventually I would need to exit.
Driver.
Yeah. So me as a person today, a nervous wreck. But I think it's going to be 2-1 Mariners.
All right.
I think they're going to do it. I've convinced myself. We'll see if David can continue to convince me again, joining us at 1. We've also still got our game show coming up at 1:30. Jags. Can't wait to get to that one. Bump with a season lead right now. Let's see if Curtis could tack one on here. Taking a look around the NFL next.
Wednesday marked 30 years since the greatest moment in Mariners franchise history.
Swung on the line down the left field line for a base hit.
That was a Game 5, just like the one coming up this afternoon at T-Mobile. Don't miss the next great Mariners moment, the one we'll be talking about 30 years from now. Where will you be listening for the next?
And the fans are going crazy here at T-Mobile Park.
First pitch today at 5:08.
You gave years, maybe decades to your job. You showed up, worked hard, and planned for retirement. But now the company's changed, or maybe you've taken a buyout or been forced into early retirement. So what happens next? I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. And if you've built up a 401k or thrift savings plan, now is the time to ask, is that money really working for you? Many workplace retirement plans offer limited options and even less guidance. At Trajan Wealth, we help people just like you roll over their accounts into IRAs with more flexibility and personalized investment strategies built around your goals. For households with $500,000 or more, let us build you a personalized plan. We operate on veteran values, service, trust, and doing what's right. Your next chapter starts now. Call Trajan Wealth, 206-466-3300. That's 206-466-3300.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code POWER to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code POWER for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code POWER for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Dave Wyman here, and after 20 years of living in our home, our window seals started breaking. That's when I called Harley Exteriors. They're huge fans of our teams and regular listeners at the station, but what really sold me was their Olympic Series windows, built right here in Washington, designed for Pacific Northwest homes and climate. That means cooler in the summer, warmer in the winter. They're beautiful windows that last up to 60 years, and they'll help with noise, too. Harley Exteriors knows you've been spending a ton on playoff tickets, so they have a special deal for Seattle sports listeners. No interest and no payments for an entire year. Also, buy one window and get the second one 40% off. And take another $200 off your entire project. They're the friendliest team and so easy to work with. You call the number and the person on the other line asks, "How can I make you smile today?" Just give them a ring and tell them you heard our ad. Call 833-HARLEY. That's 833-HARLEY, or go to harleyexteriors.com.
Seattle Sports has your chance to win 4 tickets to the Seahawks Monday Night Football game October 20th. Head to the Seattle Sports app, click the Win tab in the bottom right corner, and enter to win. You can enter once per day, so the more times you enter through the Seattle Sports app, the better your odds. Do it every day, October 7th through October 13th. Details and rules at seattlesports.com/win. From the home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports. The home of your American League West champion Mariners, Seattle Sports.
It's always such a pleasure for me to catch up with you, Shannon O'Kelly, President and CEO of IRG Physical and Hand Therapy. And as I understand it, calendar year is wrapping up. There's never a better time to take care of your aches and pains. Why?
Well, it's always a great time to come see us here at IRG Physical and Hand Therapy. We'll take care of your aches and pains. We'll get you better. But particularly, Brock, at the end of the year, most people have met their deductibles. They may have HSA, may have FSA funds. So use the opportunity to use your insurance to treat those aches and pains so you're not taking them into the new year. So you're healthy, fit, and you're excited about the new year. That's what it's all about. Here at IRG, we are so dedicated to making sure our patients really understand the insurance because it's a complex world. So when you call us, we're going to help you navigate your insurance. But I will tell everybody listening right now, if you've met your deductible, get your aches and pains treated here at IRG. We'll take care of you. We'll take care of your insurance. We'll take care of your family. We'll take care of everybody.
Clinics up and down the Puget Sound for you to go visit or see them online at irgpt.com.
Do you need a new roof? Then visit 3treeroofing.com to get $500 off your roofing project by scheduling a free estimate. 3Tree Roofing's certified team builds a custom plan for your home using top-tier materials with industry-leading warranties. All of their install crews are factory certified to ensure that your roof can handle any weather Seattle can throw our way. Don't wait until leaks turn into expensive damage this rainy season. Visit 3treeroofing.com to schedule your free estimate today and secure your $500 discount. 3Tree Roofing, your Puget Sound roofing experts.
Happy 40th birthday to us at Pacific Power Batteries. Since 1985, we've learned that our customers seem to appreciate product knowledge and helpful advice about anything battery related. At Pacific Power Batteries, we like to sponsor smaller community causes and teams because they have a real community connection, sort of like a battery to a starter. Does that make sense? I'm Steve Alman, and all of us hope to connect with you soon at one of our Pacific Power Batteries stores.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This.
Flacco's gone. Who else is going to be the backup to Dylan Gabriel?
If only I knew. Riddle me that, Riddler.
What is going on? Of course it's Shador.
I don't know. It's just a weird. The whole Shador thing is just like. I don't like how pointlessly heated the entire conversation becomes from either side. You know what I mean? Either you think that Shador Sanders is being kept down and he's actually the greatest, or you think that he's like the worst thing ever and a horrible Nepo baby. And it's like, or maybe he's like a fine quarterback who isn't ready and still has to earn the job. And Dylan isn't super far ahead of him, but Stefanski just thinks he's more prepared. And like also probably isn't the franchise guy either. So, okay. Does anyone actually care about the Browns? Like a bigger question. Does anyone talking about Shador Sanders or Dylan care at all about the Browns?
90%
No, you don't.
90%.
90% don't. Speaking of a former Brown, now with the Bengals, Joe Flacco will start for Cincinnati on Sunday. He spoke about catching up to speed with the Bengals playbook.
I feel like I've done a good job. I mean, it's a little bit different to call because some of the terminology is a little bit different. I think that's the biggest issue is just kind of making sure I get in and out of the huddle the way I want to. I think once I break the huddle, I feel pretty comfortable. It's just a matter of getting in and out of the huddle and, just continuing over the next couple of days to make sure I can get even better at that.
Your expectations for Joe Flacco between 1 and 10 yards overall with the Bengals are?
1 and 10 yards. Gosh.
I'm just kidding.
Joey Flacco, I think he'll be serviceable. He'll be fine.
Are you surprised they didn't go with someone a little more exciting?
No.
Really?
No, you go with Joe Flacco because you know that he can pick up the playbook. And he's a professional. He can get in and out the huddle. He can run an offense. You don't expect him to win you a bunch of ball games. But the operation of the offense is going to resemble, one that is functional.
Yeah.
That's all you want. Yeah, they don't expect much from Joey.
Well, this is NFL Headlines, and I will get to an NFL story in 30 seconds. Your lineup for today is out quickly. Arozarena, Raleigh, Rodriguez, Jorge Polanco, Suarez, Naylor, Garver, your DH. Again, lefty lineup. Robles, Crawford. Dom's going to get in there.
I know, but I understand. Lefty. I get it.
Yeah.
But come on. Put him in there.
Yeah.
Mitch, you better do something, dog.
I mean, he had
a walk
in 4. Didn't he have a single in game 2?
I don't know.
Maybe I'm misremembering. I don't know. Come on. Mitch Garver game.
Let's go, Mitch.
Speaking of the Bengals, how close is Joe Burrow to making his return? Tom Pelissero told Rich Eisen what he's hearing about Burrow's recovery.
It's a 12 to 14 week injury is what I was told when Burrow first got hurt. So you're talking about mid-December if you're pushing it, maybe late December, early January, but somewhere down the line, there is that opportunity out there where perhaps they can get him back down the stretch. And so they're trying to go 500 or a little above. They're not out of it in their own division. Obviously, the Steelers are atop the division right now, and I don't think that anybody's looking at the Steelers as an unbeatable team. You have the Ravens, who are the favorite coming in, and they may have to go out there without Lamar Jackson this week to try to stave off 1-5. When you've got as much money invested, cash and cab, in your star players as the Bengals do, you're thinking about taking our shot right now. And for a Bengals franchise that never makes trades, almost never makes trades, literally 3 players in season acquired since 1973, Joe Flacco being the 3rd one. This is, them breaking the mold a little bit and saying, you know what, we can't just say, let's just try to make do with Jake Browning. They're trying to flip this thing immediately, and it starts out by going up against the Packers team that's coming off a bye and is really, really talented.
If you're the Bengals right now, how much are you looking at Baltimore going, oh my God, thank God? Because he's right. Lamar Jackson not expected to play Sunday against the Rams. The Ravens did get healthier, but Jackson, the most important player, not on track to return.
If you're the Browns, you said the Bengals?
The Bengals, excuse me.
Looking at why? Both your guys are hurt.
Well, I know, but you're thinking if there ever was a year where we were going to have Joe Burrow not be out there, it sure helps that the AFC North in general is just not really what people expected.
I don't even think it matters because neither of those teams are going to the playoffs.
The Ravens?
I don't think the Ravens have a better chance. The Bengals have no chance at all. They're not going to the playoffs. Bengals are out. So I don't even think they're looking. I think they're just lonely right now. They're not looking at anybody. They're just saying, we're out of this. They know they're out of that thing.
All right, well, let's jump to the Ravens. Tom Pelissero talked about when you can expect Lamar Jackson's return.
Once he hurt that hamstring against Kansas City, the logic would always have told you that he wasn't going to play in these first 2 games. If it was significant enough to, according to John Harbaugh, there's no way he could have come back against the Chiefs. That's the type of hamstring injury that if you were to try to push him out there a week or 2 weeks later, you run the risk of a setback and something that could linger with him all season, particularly with Lamar's play style. You need him to be able to move around. And so if they can get through this game, they then have the bye. That gives Lamar 3-4 weeks total to heal up. There's no reason as of now to believe he's not going to be ready on the other side of the bye. We'll have to see.
The good news for the Ravens is they got safety Kyle Hamilton with a groin injury back at practice, and cornerback Marlon Humphrey also back.
Yeah, they're getting healthy, but they need that guy. You got the Rams this week. Then you have a bye, and then you have the Bears, the Dolphins. They're right. If they can just weather the storm and get through this bye, you could come back and get a couple wins, get back in the mix.
Derek Carr is standing by Geno Smith as the Raiders quarterback.
Nobody believes in you more than me, all right? I believe in you. I know the type of player you are. And I always said this when I was the Raiders quarterback. I will never be the Raiders quarterback that leaves and bashes the one that's playing. I'm telling you right now that I believe in you. I believe in you. I know that you can do it. I hope that you turn the season around for the team and for yourself, the frustrations that you're feeling, and those emotions change to joy and excitement and all those things that we felt leading into the season. And I hope that you do it not only for yourself, not only for your teammates, but for Raider Nation.
Raiders are taking on the Titans on Sunday, which have, outside of a single win over the Cardinals and a bit of a surprise collapse there, been awful.
Yeah, it's not looking too good for Geno and the squad over there. I guess it's good. You have the support of Derek Carr. I mean, is that going to win you a ball game?
You think they're going to beat the Titans, though? I mean, there's an opportunity there.
There is an opportunity. They should beat the Titans, but Titans riding high. This got a big win last week.
Derek Carr, very youth pastor in his delivery.
Yes.
Would you, if you were to just hear that randomly for like 3 seconds of that clip, would you think that man was at least like a 55-year-old kind of like youth leader?
Yeah.
I would too.
He has, and the kids are going to gather around. He's going to have a guitar. He's going to play it for them.
Sit backwards on a chair.
Yeah.
You know who else struggle? Or I don't know.
I know. I wish you could hit that. I know where you're going. You know who
There's
struggled?
a metaphor there. Yeah.
Abraham. Let me tell you the story, Abraham.
Turn something on Jesus here. Just like, wait a minute. There's a story about a carpenter.
You know who else got lost in the desert? Moses.
Yeah. Join Seattle Sports live from Victory Hall, which is across the street from T-Mobile Park, today from 2 to 4 p.m. for extended pregame coverage of tonight's winner-go-home Game 5. Bob Stelton, Ryan Rowland-Smith, and Charlie Furbush will broadcast live until 4 p.m. If you're not heading to the game, find the broadcast on 710, the Seattle Sports app, or YouTube. ESPN's David Shonfield joins us next.
It all comes down to one win-or-go-home showdown at T-Mobile Park tonight.
This team is fired up. The fans here at T-Mobile Park are fired up.
Everything's in front of us, and they do fight back, and they do bounce back.
Done it all year. I don't see why anything's going to change. Got a lot of resiliency in this club.
We believe in each other, and we're ready to fight.
It's Tridents Up.
There it is. Strike three call. He did it.
First pitch at 5:08, and there's only one place you can hear the American League West champion Mariners in the playoffs. Seattle Sports.
I had a young woman who was on a new SUV, and she had attachments to her old car because it was her first car, and she had questions because she was doubling her spending budget, and she was very fiscally responsible. It was almost making her sick. And the best path at that point was to, let's stop for the night, and you go home and take a breath. She came back in the morning and bought the car. She was way happier. These are major life accomplishments. You have the ability to afford at this tier. You've secured one of the major needs in your life. You should be feeling a tremendous amount of pride and respect for your accomplishments. I'm just grateful that we get to celebrate it with them, that we get to be part of it in that aspect of it.
The LJ way is the Lee Johnson Auto family.
Well, I'm here with my good buddy, Dr. Dan Nelson from Eastside Pain and Regenerative Medicine. And you've heard from Dr. Dan's patients over the years how a simple stem cell procedure has successfully conquered their pain. Well, folks, now it's my turn. After years of dealing with knee pain from all the football abuse, I can say my knee pain now is almost 100% gone. How'd you do it, Dr. Dan?
Well, Brock, personally, I'm very happy that you did so well. And your story is like so many of our other patients who come in, former athletes and non-athletes as well, who have come in with chronic knee pain, and they are looking for alternatives besides knee replacement surgery. And we're happy to provide this service. It's been truly a game changer for so many folks. It's just been a pleasure to be part of this.
Consider Dr. Nelson, the only doctor with over 30 years of experience in pain medicine techniques, including stem cell therapy. I was in and out with a couple of follow-ups. It's a non-surgical solution to pain using your own stem cells. Consider stem cell therapy with Dr. Daniel Nelson, MD at 425-823-4000 or visit DanielNelsonMD.com. That's DanielNelsonMD.com.
Matt Coker here with West Coast Men's Health. In the past 5 years, we've seen thousands of men at our clinics. Most guys tell us the same story, that in their early 50s, it's not that they couldn't function, they just needed help. They started taking Viagra, and it worked great at first. But after a few years, it stopped working. The problem is that their arteries had become more restricted since they started taking it, because Viagra does not unclog arteries. Here at West Coast Men's Health, we use acoustic wave therapy to target the real problem. We break down plaque and clear up the arteries so blood can flow like it did in your 20s. This restores function. And guys, listen to this. You won't have to take a pill anymore. So if this sounds like you, give West Coast Men's Health a call today and see how we can help.
With clinics in Redmond and Tacoma, call 206-519-6541. That's 206-519-6541. 206-519-6541. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com.
Endless hours of research, seeking referrals, dozens of calls. Hiring the right attorney can be a challenging process during an already difficult time. JP Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains.
In Washington State, Tom, there are thousands of attorneys to choose from. Referrals and online research can be helpful, but discovering the right attorney requires a conversation. It can be hard to identify integrity and authenticity without that interaction.
So, what do you recommend?
We encourage anyone looking for personal injury representation to call for a free consultation with our team before making a decision simply based on referrals or online research. Accident victims need an attorney that listens, demonstrates honesty, and is genuinely understanding of their unique circumstances. The care, attention, and preparation that our firm provides throughout the case mirrors the effort involved when taking on the insurance companies.
Save time and avoid mistakes after an injury. Contact the caring and compassionate team at Pendergast Law.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
Cancer impacts so many families, including mine. Former Washington Husky Mario Bailey here. My mother was treated for cancer at UW Medicine. As devastating as cancer is, there is hope, because the Cancer Vaccine Institute is developing vaccines to treat and prevent the deadliest cancers. Patients who received vaccines over 20 years ago are still alive today. Please join me and make a donation to the Cancer Vaccine Institute at local Safeway stores. Learn more at uwcvi.org.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Baseball's postseason is here. Seattle Sports Playoff coverage is presented by Honey Bucket, 710 KIRO AM Seattle and KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma.
This hour is brought to you by Mazda of Everett.
Seattle Sports Snapshot.
It's a massive Friday here in Seattle. The Mariners are taking on the Tigers at 5:08 p.m. for a winner-take-all Game 5 in the ALDS. Extended pregame coverage begins at 2 p.m. live from Hatback Bar and Grill and live on Seattle Sports. The Cubs also forced a Game 5 against the Brewers, while the Phillies lost in extras to the Dodgers last night.
Snapshot, brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time. From the Quantum Fiber Studio,
this is Bump and Stacy
on Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app and at seattlesports.com.
Now, here are your hosts, Michael Bumpus and Stacy Ross.
Here we go now. ESPN's David Shonfield joining us now on the Emerald Queen Casino Sportsbook Hotline. David, I'm nervous. I don't know how else to start the interview. One of our other hosts here, Mike Salk, just walked down the hallway and said, "Hey, you guys going to the game later?" I said, "I'm too nervous. I'm already nervous. I feel like I'm pacing." Your just feelings around either of these two teams and maybe the excitement of a big Game 5 heading into tonight are what?
Yeah. Baseball in the postseason, it's no fun, is it?
No, I love it and hate it at the same time.
It's terrible. I mean, you guys know I'm a longtime Mariners fan, so I'm not completely impartial. So I feel it. I have my Mariners text chain with some longtime friends, you know, and I'm feeling that nervousness, no doubt. But that's the fun of October.
How do we do this? How do we get this done? I need the answers right now, please.
Well, okay, maybe you guys have come across this stat. I saw it the other day. You've probably mentioned it, but Randy Johnson for the Mariners in 1997, he was 20-4, 2.28 ERA, unbeatable, right? He pitched against the Orioles that year 5 times, including twice in the playoffs. The Orioles won all 5 games. So that's what the Mariners are trying to replicate. They've faced Tarik Skubal 3 times this year, and they've won all 3 of those games. So it can happen, Mariners fans. It can happen. It's not going to be easy. It's going to obviously have to be a low-scoring game. And remember, Cleveland, you guys have probably mentioned this. Cleveland was in this situation last year and beat Tarik Skubal in Game 5. So it can happen.
All right. Well, let's talk about this. We already know the pitching matchup on the other side with Tarik Skubal, and we previewed that already for Game 2. We know exactly what to expect with him and kind of know what the plan of attack needs to be, or if there is one at all. But what did you make of Kirby? It was really between Kirby or Castillo getting the start for Game 5. Not shocking that it's Kirby at all, but what did you make of that decision? And do you think that there's a chance we still see Castillo tonight?
Yeah, obviously he's on, 4 days of rest, so it's absolutely available. I'm not sure. We've seen a lot of quick hooks in these playoffs for managers across the sport, and it seems like the modern way of managing is you go in with your game plan, which whatever that might be, and you just kind of map it out no matter how well the starter's doing. It wouldn't shock me if it's – let's assume Kerry Carpenter is hitting leadoff again, right? I haven't seen the lineups. They won't be out yet. But let's assume he's leadoff. Do you go Kirby just one time through the order, and then you go Castillo one time through the order, and then you go to the bullpen? I'm not sure. We all know Kerry Carpenter versus George Kirby is not George Kirby's best matchup. So that wouldn't shock me if that's in the game plan. Obviously, you're feeling and seeing how George is doing. And look, he pitched really well Game 1. One mistake, but there's no doubt that Kirby-Carpenter matchup is going to influence what Dan Wilson does, from the 3rd, 4th, 5th inning on.
We know the players have to win the ball game, but in the playoffs, man, the skipper's decisions are just amplified. What type of pressure is Dan under? I mean, we've scratched our head a couple times this playoffs on some decision making, but he's got to be feeling it.
Yeah. Again, you look at how all these managers are managing, and if there's one sort of consistent maneuver, they're going to go to the pen earlier rather than later, and I think Dan Wilson, he made that adjustment after Game 1, when he left Kirby. And I don't think that was an awful decision, but the numbers are the numbers. Probably should have gone to the pen. That's what we're seeing. But you're not trusting Caleb Ferguson. He's not going to be in the mix. No way. Gabe Spire's been great all year. I know he wasn't good the other day. You got to trust him again. And I think Dan made the right move the other day when he went to the pen. It just didn't work out with Spire and Bizzardo. You got to trust those guys. Bizzardo's been great for 2 months. You're going to have to trust Matt Brash. I know he makes us all a little nervous, but you're going to have to trust them. The bullpen's been good, so you're going to probably figure at least 4 innings from the pen, right? Spire, Bizzardo, Brash, and Moon, maybe 2 innings from Munoz. Then you play it by ear with the other guys, and you throw in Castillo. So that's why I'm saying probably a quick hook with George Kirby tonight, because this is what we're seeing. The more pitchers you run out, it seems to be working in this playoffs.
If someone asked, hey, who's a bat that becomes vitally important for Seattle? I know that we aren't expecting a high-scoring game. I know that in the postseason in general, runs are pretty hard to come by. Is it hard not to turn to Julio, though? Even though Jorge Polanco had those 2 bombs against Skubal in Game 2, is it hard not to look at Julio and go, man, this is kind of those moments that you think he can meet?
Yeah, look, this is the moment the superstars got to step up, right? So you're looking at Julio and Cal, no doubt about it. Look what happened to the Phillies. Schwarber and Harper didn't do the job. They're out in 4, so you need those superstars. I saw a stat today that the Mariners are number 1 in baseball in average and I think in home runs when swinging at the first pitch. Well, Skubal, he gave up 17 home runs in the regular season, 7 of those on the first pitch. Julio's kind of a first pitch guy. We know when he gets to 2 strikes, he tends to chase out of the zone. So Julio, I'm telling him, be aggressive early in the count, attack that fastball, because you don't want to get to Skubal with 2 strikes and that unhittable changeup. So I think they're going to be aggressive early in the count.
I grew up in L.A., and the Seattle fans here know that I'm a Dodger and I'm a Mariner at the same time. And when I say that, they just assume that I grew up just with privilege with the Dodgers. I have to remind them, we didn't win a lot when I was growing up, didn't win any championships. But obviously the past 10 years have been good. What would a series win do for just the Mariners and the way they're perceived across the baseball world?
Yeah, here's the one way I look at this. Clearly, the American League is wide open. And even I'd say this, across the National League as well. If there's not a dominant team in baseball, that door is open. Seattle, this is the best team the Mariners have had since 2001, no doubt about it. Best offensive team, deep pitching staff. You get past Detroit, Toronto's been playing great, but momentum dies with yesterday's game. There's no such thing as momentum in baseball. So if Seattle can win tonight, they absolutely got a shot to beat the Blue Jays, to beat whoever comes out of the National League. And it's kind of just I know you want the World Series. You got to go one step at a time, but it's the culmination on everything this organization has been building, since 2021. So you haven't won a play, you got to win that playoff series one at a time. So it's just a huge step in where this organization is at and where it's going in the future.
I'm going to build on that a little bit, David. You're one of us, but also representing us on a broader scale because you're so well connected and you talk to so many national voices. Kind of related to what Bump asked you, have you found that your conversations, I don't know, with guys like Buster or with people around the league have changed about the Mariners, that there's maybe a growing interest or confidence?
Yeah, no doubt. I know you just mentioned Buster Olney. I know he picked Seattle at the start of the playoffs. I think I'd have to go back and see when we did all our predictions on ESPN. I think the Mariners were the consensus pick in the AL. It was a crapshoot, but I think we're looking at the Yankees have the bullpen issues. Toronto, people weren't really buying into the Blue Jays. They looked really great against the Yankees, of course. The Dodgers, they've had their own bullpen issues, although Roki Sasaki is pretty good. There's just all these teams, everybody has a flaw this year. And with the Mariners, really, as I've said before, quote-unquote this year was the rotation wasn't as good as it was last year, right? Injuries and so on. So the belief was if that rotation can pitch up to their potential, it's a really, really good team, So tonight's George Kirby's on the spot. Dan Wilson, he made a bold pick by choosing him to start game one, right? That wasn't a sure thing for sure why he went with Kirby over, Logan Gilbert. Obviously, it would have been Brian Wu if he'd been healthy, but he went with Kirby, and now Kirby's going to have that chance to prove that was the right choice.
I got to ask you about the finish to the Dodgers-Phillies game last night. Have you ever seen anything like that?
No, I mean, you feel bad for the kid, Kerkering, for the Phillies. He just, locked up in that situation. I guess it was the second postseason series ever to end on an error, the 11th postseason game ever to end on an error. There's going to be the comparisons to Bill Buckner, except the Red Sox had another game in 1986. They could have won Game 7, and they didn't. The Phillies, that was the season. So, I mean, I'm watching I wasn't there, but, if you saw videos, Kyle Schwarber, who's a free agent, fighting off tears, in the clubhouse, because the Phillies, this is 4 years in a row, and they haven't won a World Series. It's an old team. So that potentially that could be the end of this era for Phillies baseball. So just a crushing loss for them.
Last one for me here. I kind of wanted to lean into your own favorite stories for postseason, kind of not necessarily improbable wins. I mean, Seattle's a number 2 seed. I know Detroit was late into the season, but kind of in the middle of a collapse. But I think that, David, there are probably a lot of Mariners fans listening to you right now going, oh, God, please remind me that, cool things can happen. Is there maybe a favorite story that you have? It could be more recently, too, of, maybe a really cool Game 5 or Game 7, or kind of when a team had its back against the wall and won, that you kind of maybe are even thinking about heading into this one with Seattle on the ropes here?
I mean, no specific game. I mean, look, my favorite Mariners game, I wasn't at the Edgar double game. The one I remember is the tiebreaker against the Angels when Randy beat one of my favorite players as a kid, Mark Langston, who was a great pitcher in the 80s and then was with the Angels, and he had started that game. And the Mariners, they won that game. Luis Sojo hit that ball down the line. But I think we all think it's going to be the Dodgers because they have the big payroll, or the Yankees, they buy all the free agents. But I think back to 10 years ago, the 2015 Kansas City Royals, who had been to the World Series the year before. They won the next year. It can happen. It's not always the big boys that win these World Series, right? Or, the big games. So it can happen. I would say this to Mariners fans: cheer and shout with confidence. I don't want the players to feel that nervous energy. I'm watching the game the other night. I'm in my hotel room in Philly and watching the game. Seattle eventually pulled out. But when they blew the lead, I could feel that tension through the TV set, right? So I don't know if you guys agree with that.
Yes.
I don't know if the players feel that. They're pros. They're so locked in. Probably not, but you gotta lay the hammer down from pitch one, be loud, stand up, and then have that belief that they can win the game.
Love the message, David.
Unfortunately, I have a flight around 3:50, so I'm gonna be in the air for 2 hours, and the Wi-Fi isn't strong enough for the stream. So I'm gonna be looking on my phone, Gamecast, just watching it go down with the dots. So I'll be nervous as heck. Who has to be the X factor? I've been counting on Canzone this every time he's in the lineup. I think he's capable of doing it. Who's your X factor?
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't been starting him against lefties, but certainly, look, Skubal, he's only gone over 100 pitches. I think it was 4 times all year. So even though I just said earlier, attack, early, the other plan could be the opposite, which is try to run up his pitch count. And get him out after maybe 6 innings, and then Canzone could be a guy off the bench. Gino Suarez, he's all or nothing. If there's ever a time for all, this is the day. So maybe he's my X factor, because if he can just get the ball in play, it can go out of the yard. So he's a big X factor for me.
ESPN's David Shonfield. Thanks, David. We appreciate your time.
Thanks, David.
Okay, you bet. Thanks.
Bye. Let's get to 4 down territory.
This is 4 down territory, going inside the game with former Seahawks and Coug wide receiver Michael Bumpus.
First down, why has Devin Lloyd been able to lead the league in interceptions, and how can the Seahawks neutralize them?
One, he's doing exactly what he's supposed to do. He's getting to a spot. And a lot of them had just been, here's a present. I turn around. Brock Purdy, throw me an interception. But this is how you mess with middle linebackers. The linebackers in general, when you're running your routes, you run at them. A lot of times when young guys start, running routes or whatnot, you try to run around people. If I'm running a deep cross, a shallow, a dig, whatever, I'm running at him. I tell my receivers all the time, I need to know the eye color of the DB that's over you. I need to know the eye color of the backer that's over you, because that tells me that you're attacking him. That's how you make those guys uncomfortable. With Devin, he's just been able to drop into space. There's guys running around him because he's a big boy, and then he gets a present. Also, Sam Darnold has to be great with his eyes. He has to do what Baker Mayfield did to our safeties last week. Baker Mayfield was moving our safeties off their spots just with their eyes. You cannot give him any freebies. He's leading the league in interceptions, but a lot of those are just gifts. It is happy birthday, happy Kwanzaa, Merry Christmas, all that good stuff. So attack him in your route running, move him with your eyes, and just be disciplined.
Second down. What's a situation that'll probably decide the game on Sunday?
It's going to come down to the red zone. The Hawks are 5th best in the red zone when it comes to scoring touchdowns. 77% of the time, they're in the red zone, they score touchdowns. How refreshing is that coming off the last couple of years?
Right.
The Jags are 9th when it comes to stopping opponents in the red zone. They only allow a touchdown 57% of the time. So when the game shrinks, when there's nowhere to go, when you only have 20 yards, sometimes even less than that, who is going to perform? You talk about Devin Lloyd. He has an interception, 2 interceptions in the red zone. He's been able to be good in the run and in the pass. So when you get down there, it's easy. No, of course, Bob, you got to score in the red zone. Yeah, but you got 2 teams who are going at it, or 2 of the best teams offensively and defensively in the red zone. How creative are you going to get? We've seen A.J. Barner become a red zone target. He has 2 or 3 touchdowns in the red zone. You've seen JSN be a target in that red zone as well. I'm looking for Arroyo. Arroyo had a big reception against the Arizona Cardinals, and I had a couple receptions after that. How do you get him involved in the red zone? Because that's where the matchup comes. When you run the football as much as the Hawks do, they're like top 5 when it comes to rush attempts. That means that the play action is going to be open. That means the tight ends will be able to work the seams and the flats. So, yeah, red zone. You score 77% of the time. The Jags stop teams 57% of the time. Let's get it.
They're down. What did Brian Walters try to sell you on last night, and why are you not ready to buy? But you are interested in seeing how it plays out.
Yeah, he tried to sell me one of the questions on. Yeah, he is in real estate. He tried to sell me on what the question was. We do talk that talk at the end of Hawks Live, and it's where we pick some topics, and he tells me if he believes it or not, and vice versa. And one of the questions were, all right, who is your league MVP so far? And I was like, I'm going with either Matthew Stafford, Jared Goff, or Dak Prescott. I think those are the three quarterbacks performing at the high. So, and Baker Mayfield, I threw him in there.
I would have said Baker Mayfield.
Matthew Stafford quietly balling. I think he has like 12 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Goff has 12 and 2 or something like that. But anyway, he said Sam Darnold. And I go, come on, man. I'm like, come on, man. I know we're here with the people in Seattle, but you can't be serious. And then I went back and I did a little bit of research. And I'm like, all right, let's make a case for Sam Darnold to at least be in the conversation. He's number 1 in the NFL when it comes to pass yards per attempts, 9.3. He's number 3 when it comes to passer rating, 114.8. He's number 2 when it comes to yards per completion with 12.7, trailing only Lamar Jackson. He's number 3 in the NFL when it comes to completion percentage at 73.1. If you win those 2 games that you've lost, right? If Abe doesn't get pushed back into you, if Sam doesn't hit a helmet trying to throw the ball in the dirt, and say they are undefeated, say they were undefeated, maybe even 1 loss, I think you can legit say he's in the conversation. Right now, he's just knocking on the door. Like, the candidates are in the house having a party, and he's knocking on the door waiting to get in because he's playing efficient football. He's one of the most efficient quarterbacks in the game right now.
Yes.
But because of the record and because of the way they've lost a couple of games, I don't think you can put him in the conversation yet. But he's close.
But I love this conversation because Sam Darnold kind of became a talking point last year with the Minnesota Vikings about MVP, and he wasn't going to be MVP. But I was listening to on Mina Kimes' new podcast, they were talking about Sam Darnold and kind of this year compared to last year. And so I went to look up like EPA per play, completion percentage over expected. Sam Darnold is better this year. I'm so glad that you mentioned, with the wins and losses, maybe with the total, touchdown to interception ratio or whatever it is. He's not throwing a lot of picks by any means, but it's kind of when those things get skewed in the wrong way. For instance, last year with the Minnesota Vikings, they were undefeated. First 5 weeks of the season, they were 5-0. They might have even gone 6-0. I'm not entirely sure to start the year, maybe 5-1. This year, the Seahawks are 3-2 to start the season, and they're going into Jacksonville hoping to come away with another win. Sam Darnold might have had more touchdowns through this time last year, but he has been more efficient.
Efficient as heck.
So in completion percentage over expected, not only is he completing the passes he should, he's completing passes that other quarterbacks sometimes or often don't. So that's also an area where he's, I think right now maybe 3, but was at some point leading the league in EPA per play. So the things that he has control over, not taking sacks, getting rid of the ball quickly, things like that. He's also leading the league. Like, he is better than he was with Minnesota. Better. And I just think that was not at all on my bingo card for Sam Darnold for 2025. I was like, can he be the same? That'd be great. It's just maybe we didn't understand Sam Darnold's, not just we here in Seattle.
Y'all didn't.
But maybe collectively the football world didn't understand Sam Darnold's 2024 and how much of that was also the Vikings being a solid team, having a good defense. Bump knew Sam Darnold would be great, but I'm just saying the national conversation was Sam Darnold will not be as good as he was because he doesn't have Justin Jefferson and Kevin O'Connell.
Yeah, JSN.
He ended up being, right now, so far,
Jackson
even
Smith,
better.
Who's having a better year than Jefferson right now.
4th down. What do numbers say we are not going to see a lot of when both defenses are on the field?
Numbers say that these guys are going to drop in the zone and sit back and make quarterbacks or make these quarterbacks beat them. They don't blitz a lot. We know that about the Seahawks already. They're around 11%, bottom of the league. And then you have these guys coming in at 18%, about 23rd in the league. But I think that should flip. I think Mike McDonald should get after Trevor Lawrence. I think he should blitz a bit more than he typically does. You don't know who's going to be available. You got to create some chaos for him. Derek Hall's not going to play in this game. Jay Love sounds like he's not going to play. Is Spoon going to play? How can you help this secondary out that struggled a little bit last week? You cause chaos in the box. Now, when you blitz, you better hit because there's going to be some open lanes and throwing lanes out in the secondary, or maybe you're manned up and you have to rely on some technique. But no, numbers say that there's not going to be a lot of blitzing in this game. I say, Mike McDonald, go get him. Make Trevor Lawrence have to beat you. Make him feel that pressure. Make that offensive line have to slide. Make the running backs have to block you. Cause some chaos. Step out of your norm and go get that quarterback.
Which of those absences maybe concern you most between, and again, nothing confirmed yet, though I think we're all expecting Derek Hall might take a couple weeks, but Hall not going to be out there, though. DeMarcus Lawrence looks like he could return. And then you've got Julian and Devin, who certainly...
It's Julian all day.
Julian all day.
Julian, the safety net over the top, man. He's... sometimes you don't know what you got till it's gone. Well, I mean, we knew what we had, but now it's just amplified.
Yeah. Someone said we have multiple injuries in the secondary. Why does Shaquille Griffin remain on the practice squad?
Good question. You gotta. It's a weekly evaluation. There's something going on during the week that they feel like these other guys are better suited for the opportunity, but you never know. He could be activated this week.
We want to send one of you and 3 friends to watch the Seahawks game on Monday, October 20th. All you need to do is open the Seattle Sports app and click the Win tab to find out how. If you don't already have the app, text the word app to 866-979-3776, and we'll send you a link to download. Enter daily to increase your chances to win. This contest runs through Monday, October 13th. Let's see what's on tonight.
What's on tonight with Bump and Stacy, brought to you by Caesars Sportsbook at Muckleshoot. Now, here's what's on tonight.
You already know, Seattle fans, a massive Game 5, 5:08 p.m. First pitch, George Kirby against Tarik Skubal. Game 5 coming your way in a couple hours. Jags is coming your way in a few minutes. That's next.
Deep breath, Seattle. We got this.
Ryan's in Michigan. What's up, Ryan?
Let me paint you a picture. It is August. We are told that we are going to go to ALDS Game 5. You would kill to be here today. Let's get fired up. Let's go.
Come on, Brock.
Come on, my people. This is not a time to have fear. Brock and Salk every morning 6 to 9. And Mariners-Tigers Game 5 tonight at 5:08 on Seattle Sports. On 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
Start having fun. Caesars Sportsbook at Muckleshoot Casino Resort is your #1 place to eat, drink, watch, and have fun. Keep up with your favorite sports anywhere and everywhere on property with the mobile app. Visit muckleshootcasino.com today. Scan the QR code and let the play begin.
Muckleshoot. Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the...
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your...
windshield wipers. eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love. I can't believe how spotless my floors look after using the Swiffer Power Mop. No more dragging around a heavy mop and messy bucket. Now I get the same deep clean without all the work. Thanks to the powerful solution and scrubbing pad of the Swiffer Power Mop, dirt and grime don't stand a chance, and I don't break a sweat. Mic drop. I mean, mop drop.
Swiffer Power Mop. Swiffer Power Mop.
A smarter way to mop. Try it or your money back.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
To get this special radio offer, go to leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today and get up to 30% off. That's leaffilter.com/deal for up to 30% off. leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
What if you had the smartest Wi-Fi? If you did, it'd be Xfinity, of course, and it'd come with their best state-of-the-art equipment. It would boost speeds to the devices that needed them most, prioritizing your most important connections, whether you were streaming, gaming, or gaming while pretending to work. And it would let you stream 4. That's right, 4 games on one screen. It would even power your mobile connection so you could bring faster, secure Wi-Fi speeds with you where you use it most. It would be proactive and fix problems before you knew you had them. Impressive, right? And it would have security features that protect you from threats at home and online. Kind of like a force field for your life. If you had the smartest Wi-Fi, well, everything would work together seamlessly to keep you connected, no matter what. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply.
This is the home of the Seahawks.
Gonna let one fly. He's got a man out there. Ball is caught down at the 10-yard line, and it's JSN.
Seattle Sports.
Comcast Business can help turn your small business into a connected, secure, modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How healthcare offices become the data-protecting caregivers that we all depend on. And how wealth management firms become cyber-securing guardians of your information. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, and Wi-Fi backup, your business can stay connected and get threat-ready with Comcast Business. Powering possibilities.
Now through November 16th, new Comcast Business customers can get started with 150 megabit internet plus security for $59.99 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement. Plus, ask how to get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig package. Call today. Restrictions apply. Requires enrollment in paperless billing and auto pay with bank account. Early termination fee applies. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra.
Are your investment dollars working as hard as they should be? You've spent years building your future. Don't let outdated advice put it at risk. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. We're a veteran-owned firm proud to bring a new standard of financial care to the Seattle area. Our nationally recognized advisors are fiduciaries, ethically bound to put your interests first. That's the highest standard of care in the industry. As a privately held company, we answer to you, our valued clients, not shareholders. For households with $500,000 or more, let us build you a customized plan. From Bellevue to Tacoma, get advice you can count on. It's time to take a fresh look at your financial plan. Call Trajan Wealth, 206-466-3300. That's 206-466-3300. Trajan Wealth. Plan smarter, dream bigger.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
This hour is brought to you by Mazda of Everett.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio,
this is Bumpin' Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2
on Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Jags. They have the best draft in the entire NFL. Are you surprised to hear that?
Certainly not. The first year we took it to the limit. And I was in Miami with my new beach house. Well, it was a couple minutes from the beach.
It's been 20 years since then. We haven't been too strong in the last few years.
Oh, we've been strong. We're just playing by the rules. You can't have a newcomer come in and steal the show.
That was like years ago.
Iconic.
It was one of those man on the street interviews with a Jags fan, and she was clearly not coherent. One of the great interviews.
That was a woman?
Yeah, it was.
When you said she, Bump immediately, what?
I can't have a newcomer come in and steal the show.
Rules. Here we go. A series.
You better be playing by the rules.
5 questions apiece as we prepare for this Week 6 matchup between the Seahawks and Jags. Bump, you'll get us started here. Jackson Smith-Njigba leads the Seahawks in receiving yards heading into this Week 6 matchup. But who leads the team in receiving touchdowns?
It's called the barnyard, the barn stomp, whatever you want to call it. It's A.J. Barna.
Okay, so there's actually 2 possible correct answers. He and Torrey Horton are tied, but A.J. Barner is, I wanted to leave some wiggle room for that
Horton
one.
got what, but one punt return for a touchdown.
No,
right?
he's got 2 touchdowns, like receiving touchdowns.
Yeah, but A.J. how's he tied with A.J. Barner? A.J. Barner has 4.
2.
He has 4.
2.
Okay, Stacy.
I'm glad the answer was
already
still...
off to a great start with this.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. He has 4.
Fine, it's A.J. Barner, which
he does have 4.
Okay, well,
wow.
how many does Torrey have?
We could have had not 4.
He's got
Whatever,
2 receiving, 1 punt
okay,
return.
well, then why don't you take it up with the Seahawks media packet?
All right.
Man. Crisis averted.
Curtis.
Right out the gate.
Yesterday, Bump mentioned the Jags receivers are leading the league in drops. What other area is this Jags team leading the league in? A, rushing yards. B, passing touchdowns. C, turnover differential.
I'm going to say Travis Etienne's had a good season so far. I'm going to say, why not? Rushing yards. Final answer.
Wrong.
Turnovers.
Turnover differential.
Oh, my bad, Curtis. I didn't mean to.
No, it's okay.
That was a lot. Bump, a chance to take a 2-0 lead. The Seahawks are 3-1 when out rushing opponents. That only loss being to the Bucs, who didn't really need to rush at all. The Jags have the 5th best rushing offense in football right now. Curtis was onto something. True or false? No NFC West teams top 5 right now in rushing yards per game.
So that would be the Cardinals.
That's right. That's the NFC West.
The 49ers.
There's 2 more teams in there. 2 more teams.
Top 5?
No NFC West team is top 5 in rushing yards. True or false?
That's true.
Tick-tock, tick-tock.
That's true.
That's true.
Yeah.
You guys would never guess the 4 that are ahead of the Jags right now. That's not one of your questions, but you'll just not guess them, I'll tell you. The Commanders, sure. Bills, Jets, Broncos.
Bills, Jets, Broncos.
That means
Jets
4
are
of the top 5 are
0-5?
AFC teams. Yeah. Okay. Curtis, Seahawks are 0-2 when the opposing team has a 100-yard receiver. It could be good news that the Jags then are 17th in passing offense. True or false? Okay. 3 NFC West teams are top 5 in passing yards per game.
The Rams, I'm going to say yes.
Same approach.
You gotta talk through it.
49ers, I mean, Mac Jones has been pretty respectable. And I mean, the Seahawks, they've been slinging it too. I'm going to say yes, the NFC West has 3.
That is correct. And you are correct. It's San Francisco, number 1 in passing yards per game right now. Rams 2, Seattle is 5. Bump. You also get multiple choice. The Jags have never been to a Super Bowl, but they have been to a conference championship game, last appearing in 2017 when they lost to the New England Patriots. Who was their starting quarterback? Was it A, Blaine Gabbert?
Blake Bortles!
Didn't even need it. Wow.
I'm on my Curtis stuff.
That is correct. It was Blake Bortles. In fact, at one point they led 14-3. In the fourth quarter, they were up 20-10.
Dang.
Alas, the Patriots pulled ahead in the final 3 minutes. That was Saxonville, 24-20 final score. Curtis. The Jags aren't the only team to never win a Super Bowl, and Bortles certainly isn't the only quarterback to miss out either. There are many all-time greats who don't have a ring. Which of these quarterbacks never won the big game? You get multiple choice. There's a couple answers here, so listen all the way through. A, Dan Fouts. B, Donovan McNabb. C, Carson Palmer. D, A and B. Or E, all of the above.
That'd be E, all the above.
That is correct. 3-2 lead by Bump right now. Curtis, you're not out of this
McNabb
one.
throwing up on the field.
Each of you have
Super Bowl.
Each of you have 2 more questions. Curtis, you need Bump to miss 1. Bump, if you get your second of these 2, you win it. The vast majority of NFL teams have a ring of honor, though not every team calls it that. The Jags have one, honoring names like Mark Brunell, Jimmy Smith, and Fred Taylor. They do not call it a ring of honor, so I'm going to give you multiple choices as to what they actually call it.
What? You don't know the Jags ring of honor?
What animal-inspired name do they give it? A, Spots of Honor. B, Pride of the Jags. Pride of the Jaguars. C, the Hunter's Circle.
Those are all legit. I don't know if, like, prides are like a group of cats, right? I don't think Jags mob together like that. You know, I think they're
loners.
They're loners. Yeah. So I'm not gonna go with Pride.
I don't think they mob together.
I'm not gonna go with Spots. What was the other one?
The Hunter's Circle.
Let's go Hunter's Circle.
It's Pride.
Really?
Yeah.
Why are they lying to the people? Why are they lying to the people? They don't mob together.
The second you said that, I was like, no! It's Curtis, a chance to tie it up. This one's tricky. You're going to get a little bit of extra
time. A group of Jaguars is a
group of Jaguars
a prowl, leap, or shadow.
Exactly.
Ooh,
it's not a pride.
Not
Liars.
A shadow.
Liars.
Not a shadow.
Wow. Detroit need to holler at them.
Yeah, well, Detroit's is called the Pride of the Lions, I think.
See?
So they just stole it. But I can't believe they're called a shadow when they're all mobbing together.
They move in silence.
Curtis, yours, how much time do I have here?
We got time.
Okay, yours requires a little bit of time here, so you don't have to rush through it. Rank these teams, these franchises, from oldest to youngest. Okay, you're going to have 5.
Okay.
And it goes across a couple leagues. You can write it down if you need to.
Yeah, I'm going to need to.
Here, I'll give you a piece
Goes
of
across
paper.
a couple leagues. Holy cow.
Dang.
I thought we were sticking to the NFL here. All right, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Say this. There weren't a lot of trivia questions to do about Jags history, so I have
Okay. I've got a Word document open here.
And a Word document. Okay. Jacksonville Jaguars, obviously. Arizona Cardinals. Dallas Mavericks. Seattle Mariners. Go M's. Houston Texans.
This is
youngest
tough.
to oldest.
Oldest to youngest.
Okay.
Oldest.
I know who the
to
oldest
youngest.
is.
Oldest is the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah.
The next oldest, I'm going to say, is the Dallas Mavericks.
Do you want me
they
to
go
tell
back
you
to the
whether
ABA.
you're right so far?
No,
Okay.
I don't want to know.
Okay.
That would be cheating.
The Mavericks go back to the ABA. I'm going to go the Mariners 3rd, Jags 4th, Houston Texans.
I think
5th.
that's right.
He got it, folks.
Yeah.
He got it.
That's impressive.
We are tied 3
Pretty good.
Okay, bump. Multiple choice. Who's the leading pass catcher for the Jags right now? Is it, do you want your multiple choice?
Of course.
A, Travis Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
B, Brian Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
C, Parker Washington.
Naturally, you want to say Brian Thomas because he's the guy, but that feels too easy. But I'm still going to go with Brian Thomas.
It's Brian Thomas.
Okay.
Curtis, you got to get this
Trying
one
to
correct
trick
to tie
me
it
with
up.
that
I sound like the Grinch. Curtis, you have multiple choice. And this is a tough one, but I didn't know what to do with this question. Trevor Lawrence was widely projected to be the #1 overall pick before his career even took off at Clemson because he was one of the highest graded high school prospects ever. By the end of his career, that reputation stuck. He was not only the #1 pick in the 2021 draft, but he was Mel Kiper Jr.'s 4th highest graded quarterback ever. Kiper later published a list of the highest graded quarterbacks of all time for him. Who was at the top?
The very top.
Was it A, Peyton Manning, B, John Elway, C, Drew Bledsoe? A, Peyton Manning, B, John Elway, C, Drew Bledsoe. He was Mel Kiper Jr.'s highest graded quarterback of all time coming out of the draft.
I'm going to say it is John Elway. Final answer.
John Elway is correct.
Yeah.
Andrew Luck, the 2nd highest rated ever for Kiper. Trevor Lawrence was 4th for him. Okay, we are going to our tiebreaker battle. This one I did not have you guys going back and forth.
Did Bum miss in that?
Yeah, I missed one.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah.
so we are tied.
Yeah,
All
so
right.
you're tied.
Here we go.
You guys are going back and forth, or excuse me, you're not going back and forth. You're going to chime in with your name. The last word I'm going to say is family. I'm going to lift up a finger when you can chime in. So first name I hear, say your name to buzz in. First name I hear gets it. I will try to be fair with it. What is the largest member of the Wildcat family? Chime in with your name. The largest member of the cat family. Largest member of the cat family. Really?
Bump.
Bump.
A lion.
No.
Oh, wow.
Curtis.
It goes to me now.
I mean,
Well,
you can chime in again.
Well, no, I get the bonus because he missed the bonus question, right? It goes to me.
Yeah.
That's how we've done it.
Okay.
in the
Oh, yeah.
past,
Okay.
yeah.
So now you get the tiebreaker question. The tiebreaker question's pretty easy. Name a famous cartoon cat. Any cartoon cat.
Are you serious?
That's the one.
Are you serious?
Garfield. Final answer.
Sorry, that
Are
was it.
you
Garfield.
serious?
What do you want me to do? I ran out of Jack's trivia. By that point, I ran out of cat trivia. I'm all out of trivia. I don't have any more. I don't have big cat trivia. I don't have football trivia. All I had was general cat trivia at this point. What do you want me to do? They're not a good franchise. Get your questions.
What was the biggest? What's the biggest cat?
A tiger. Bump, I was looking at you, man. I was trying to
that should have been.
Your eyes.
If anything, flip them. That should have been the.
Well, I thought that one would be very easy.
I mean,
you guys don't know enough about wild animals. You didn't read your Zootopia books. 866-979-3776. What I need to know coming your way next.
Today, it all comes down to one win or go home showdown at T-Mobile Park.
Listen to the roar of the crowd again. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out.
I would say we believe in each other and we're ready to fight.
It's a win or go home Game 5 against the Tigers at T-Mobile this afternoon. First pitch at 5:08. And there's only one place you can hear the American League West champion Mariners in the playoffs on Seattle Sports on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
The LJ way is.
You look at stuff like this and it's like, I don't want to come into an industry and work on a place that is going to compromise how I feel about myself. I get to go to work every day with good people and I get to enjoy what I do because I'm out there just trying to do right by people I care about, which is our community. We're going to see them at the grocery store. I'm going to see them at the sports tournaments. 2 friends of our daughters came in last night just on the lot, didn't know I was there. And it was cool because you got to take them through and they're going to buy a car for their first driver and a car for their kid going to school soon. These are the people that you're going to work with. And so you better make sure that your laundry's clean. I don't think Lee Johnson specifically, right, Speedway Chevrolet, where I'm at, I don't think they've ever had a problem with the community of being able to stand up and look them in the eye and know that they did their job well.
The LJ way is the Lee Johnson Auto family.
Ryan Roland Smith here. For more than 35 years, the NBA Health Insurance Trust has been helping local builders, contractors, and their employees save money and gain peace of mind. They offer customized group health plans from the state's leading insurance providers. Small and mid-sized businesses deserve big healthcare access. The NBA Health Trust brings you the coverage you want at a price you can trust. Find out more at MBAHealthTrust.com. That's MBAHealthTrust.com.
Do you need a new roof? Then visit 3treeroofing.com to get $500 off your roofing project by scheduling a free estimate. 3Tree Roofing's certified team builds a custom plan for your home using top-tier materials with industry-leading warranties. All of their install crews are factory certified to ensure that your roof can handle any weather Seattle can throw our way. Don't wait until leaks turn into expensive damage this rainy season. Visit 3treeroofing.com to schedule your free estimate today and secure your $500 discount. 3Tree Roofing, your Puget Sound roofing experts.
Temperatures are dropping, but you don't have to settle for a chilly home this winter. Keep cozy and safe with energy-saving products during Washington Energy's home heating sale on now. Upgrading your home is as easy as $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 off. Take $1,000 off furnaces, fireplaces, and water heaters, $2,000 off high-efficiency heat pump systems, and $3,000 off whole home generators and ductless mini splits, plus free financing. Washington Energy Services, your expert resource for affordable home comfort. Call for a free estimate.
Lowe's knows pros want more. Join My Lowe's Pro Rewards for free to get $20 off your first qualifying purchase of $100 or more just for signing up. Plus, enjoy free standard shipping and more ways to save on your next job. Lowe's, we help, you save. Offer valid for new members only. Not valid with any other discount. Free standard shipping not available in Alaska and Hawaii. Exclusions and more terms apply. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Visit Lowe's.com/pro-loyalty for details. Subject to change.
Seattle Sports has your chance to win 4 tickets to the Seahawks Monday Night Football game October 20th. Head to the Seattle Sports app, click the Win tab in the bottom right corner, and enter to win. You can enter once per day, so the more times you enter through the Seattle Sports app, the better your odds. Do it every day, October 7th through October 13th. Details and rules at seattlesport.com/win. From the home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports. This is where you hear your AL West champion Mariners in the playoffs, Seattle Sports.
Change is always happening. It's part of life. And when it comes to music, change is all around us. Songs are rewritten, classics are remixed, bands and artists come and go. Even our taste in music changes. Here at Xfinity, we know there's still good in keeping some things the same. That's why we want to do our part with a 5-year price guarantee on our internet. It means no matter what changes, you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment included for a price that stays exactly the same. Surprised? Life is full of them. One internet price, 5 years, guaranteed. Learn more at xfinity.com/deals. Restrictions apply. New residential customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonihan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install a Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
To get this special radio offer, go to leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today and get up to 30% off. That's leaffilter.com/deal for up to 30% off. leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
It's a Fan Friday, powered by the Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel. Mariners skip Dan Wilson talking with reporters ahead of a pivotal Game 5. Let's take a listen.
Dan, you were a part of some do-or-die type games like this as a player, too. Just what are the emotions, what are the feelings, how are they similar, how are they different in your seat now?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's very similar. You know, you feel all the emotions that, you know, you kind of cycle through it all. But I think, you know, you get to the point where, you know, first pitch happens and, you know, you get back to sort of groundedness and you know, you're ready to kind of business as usual at that point. And, you know, I think this has been, you know, a long journey for sure. And you know, that's why there is so much emotion to it. But once you know, that first pitch is thrown, I think, you know, you're back to where you want to be and you know, back in that state where you're ready for anything.
Go to Taryn in the front.
Dan, Randy just talked about how important communication is in the dugout during the game. And, you know, we saw in Game 4 just Josh relaying the signals and all of that, just constantly making sure everyone's updated. Just what have you noticed in the series over just the constant communication and relaying of information between players and coaches and everyone throughout the game?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I think it just kind of highlights and reiterates, you know, this is a group effort. And you know, the guys in that clubhouse, you know, they care about each other so much, and it's, you know, it's about giving everybody the chances, the best chances to succeed. So any information they have, they're going to pass it along, and you know, that is a big part of this time of year is what they're seeing out on the field, what they're, you know, experiencing out there, and sharing that with the guys around them. And you know, that's the beauty of baseball. That's the beauty of this time of year. It may be something a guy tells you right before you go up to the plate that helps you, you know, get that knock and win a game for your team. So this, you know, that is such a big part of this time of year, and our guys have been, you know, phenomenal at that, you know, all throughout the series for sure.
Go to Tyler in the back.
And if you guys advance tonight, would you expect to have Brian Wu on the next roster, and how has he been coming along?
Yeah, I mean, I think Brian's got a bullpen today, and you know, see how he kind of bounces back from that, and obviously those are the decisions we're going to have to make pretty quickly once this, you know, a game concludes tonight. So yeah, I mean, we'll cross that bridge when we get there, but you know, we're certainly hopeful.
So I'm sure it's an all hands on deck situation tonight, obviously, but like specifically Logan Gilbert, would he would he be available 2 days?
I think it is all hands on deck. You want to do everything you can to see another day. And so, I suspect Logan and the Rock and even Bryce Miller probably down in the bullpen tonight, available and ready to pitch. I know these guys want the ball in these situations, and it's exciting. This is what this time of year is all about, and these guys are ready for the moment.
Come on your right to Curtis.
Dan, 4 games now into managing in the playoffs for you as well. Anything you've taken away from the experience of the first couple games as to something to kind of build off of as being in the heat of the moment?
Yeah, I mean, every game presents, different puzzles, and each game takes on its own life and its own uniqueness, it feels like each game teaches you something different, you just have to continue to lean on the people around you that help you make decisions, and we have such a great staff that that's you just rely on them a lot, but it's been a journey. Like I said, it continues to be a journey. It's a learning experience every time you go out there, and but it's these guys in that clubhouse, they fight so hard, and that's really what it's all about, and that's how these games have gone.
Go to Ryan on the left.
Dan, how flexible do you guys have to be with your approach at the plate against Skubal, just going off of what you're seeing early? I mean, you like to put pitches on him, but if he's able to command early, you don't want to be behind him either. How flexible and how can you get a read even in the first 2 innings off of him? Yeah,
I mean, I think, a couple things, you have to kind of make the adjustments as you go, and you're right. We've been able to put some pitches on him over the course of the games that we've seen him this season. But again, it kind of goes back to that communication factor that we've talked about, and the first couple guys getting their ABs, seeing what they see, coming back in the dugout and sharing that information and kind of relaying that to the next hitters so they have an idea. And that's how it grows, and that's how it's going to continue to go tonight. You have to be ready to make those adjustments. It's a fine balance between being too selective and getting behind, or being too aggressive and swinging at the pitches you don't want to swing at. So, but our guys have been great. They've been able to solve that part of it, when they faced Skubal before. So I think they have a good track record of making those good adjustments.
Go to Mike in front.
Dan, when you first got to know George Kirby, what was the impression that you took away that helps prepare him to meet this moment?
George he's got something inside that's special, and I think you don't see it sometimes until he takes the mound in these big moments, and we've seen it this year, and we've seen it in some big ball games that he's taken the mound, and I think there's nothing, there's no bigger moment than tonight, and I think that's what we're going to see from George again tonight, and it's that it's that voice inside him that won't take no for an answer, and you got to love to see that from your starter, and I'm looking forward to see George out there tonight.
That was the latest from Dan Wilson. Coming up next, extended pregame coverage hosted by Bob Stelton, Ryan Rowland-Smith, and Charlie Furbush to get you ready for this Game 5 live from Victory Hall at Hatback. Coming your way next on your home for the Mariners playoff run, Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app.
It all comes down to one win-or-go-home showdown at T-Mobile Park tonight.
This team is fired up. The fans here at T-Mobile Park are fired up.
Everything's in front of us, and they do fight back, and they do bounce back.
Done it all year. I don't see why anything's going to change.
Got a lot of resiliency in this club. We believe in each other, and we're ready to fight.
It's Trident's up.
There it is. Strike rate goal. He did it.
First pitch at 5:08, and there's only one place you can hear the American League West champion Mariners in the playoffs, Seattle Sports.
Do you have a car you want to sell, but you just don't want to go through all the hassle? With all the scams and security risks out there, more and more people just aren't comfortable selling their own car. So how do you get the most money for your used car without having to sell it yourself? Stacy here with the answer. It's Wayscar Ford in Auburn. Not only will they purchase your car and pay you right up front for it, but it gets way better. Once they resell your old car, they share half that profit with you. The question I get most from friends and colleagues is, well, what's the catch? How can they offer this? It's actually super simple. All the money they save by not traveling to buy cars at auctions, like purchase fees, shipping, and travel expenses, is what allows them to offer this. They'd rather share that money they save with you rather than outside vendors. They encourage you to shop around, but look, if Wayscar Ford can pay the same or more as competitors and then share half their profit with you once they resell your car,
why would you sell your car anywhere else? They've already shared over $800,000 with their customers, and it's only at Wayscar Ford. WayscarFord.com. Check them out today, WayscarFord.com.
Introducing your new Dell PC with the Intel Core Ultra processor. It helps you handle a lot, even when your holiday to-do list gets to be a lot. Like organizing your holiday shopping and searching for great holiday deals and customer questions and customers requesting custom things, plus planning the perfect holiday dinner for vegans, vegetarians, pescatarians, and Uncle Mike's carnivore diet. Luckily, you can get a PC with all-day battery life to help you get it all done. That's the power of a Dell PC with Intel inside, backed by Dell's price match guarantee. Get yours today at Dell.com/deals. Terms and conditions apply. See Dell.com for details.
Hey, it's Desmond Howard. You want to win the weekend? It all starts with the tailgate. And for me, that means Kingsford Charcoal.
They've been bringing the flavor, the smoke, and the heat since 1920. No wonder they're still the gold standard of grilling. So fire it up, feed your crew, and let the smoke do the talking. Kingsford, the king of the tailgate. Get it today at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Brad's day is off to a slow start. So he heads to AutoZone, where batteries are as low as $89.99. Sammy, a local AutoZoner, tests his battery for free. Looks like he just needs a charge. And Sammy does that for free too. In no time at all, Brad is back on the road, ready to finish the day strong. Free battery testing and charging at every store. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
So my mother is thinking of switching from Verizon to Pure Talk, but she's worried the deal sounds too good to be true. Michael, she said, how can those Pure Talk people offer me the same basic service as Verizon for so much less money? I said, Ma, go ask Google how much Verizon spends on advertising and promotions. A few seconds later, my mother said, oh my goodness, $12 billion a year? That must be a typo. I'll tell you what I told my mom. It's not a typo. Verizon spends $12 billion a year on advertising and promotions, and their customers are paying for it. Well, Pure Talk doesn't spend that kind of money on commercials. Trust me, I would know. That's why they can offer you and my mother unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data on a crazy fast 5G network for just $25 a month. And if you're a business owner, you could really save a fortune. Dial pound 250, say the words Mike Rowe, and you'll get an additional 50% off your first month. That's pound 250 Mike Rowe. Pure Talk. Everything you need and nothing you don't.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Brad's day is off to a slow start. So he heads to AutoZone, where batteries are as low as $89.99. Sammy, a local AutoZoner, tests his battery for free. Looks like he just needs a charge. And Sammy does that for free too. In no time at all, Brad is back on the road, ready to finish the day strong. Free battery testing and charging at every store. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Baseball's postseason is here. Seattle Sports Playoff coverage is presented by Honey Bucket, 710 KIRO AM Seattle and KIRO